Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to the Gamestellation Save State, where we take a look at the past week on all discussions and news in the world of video games. My name is Omar Solangi. Joining me is Ibrahim Termizi and Shaun Blazinator. How y'all doing this morning?
Pretty good, man. I can't lie.
That's
What's
good.
up?
So nice.
So,
No, we have a very stacked episode today. Obviously, last week we had the three big major showcases of the summer game announcement season so far. But before we get into everything, I just wanted to ask y'all a really quick question because I'm curious. We've both, not we both, all three of us have played a bunch of video games in our life, especially as of recently. The more and more we get into video games, but I'm curious if you had to choose either one or three games you consider to be underrated or hidden gems or not talked about enough, what would those games be?
okay, so mine, I don't. I think when it came out, and even after it came out for a while, it was pretty well rated. But now it's
Hmm.
not really talked about at all, if ever. And that's Pokemon Ranger.
Okay, that's fair.
Pokemon or what?
Come on,
Pokemon
Ranger.
Ranger.
What is that?
Exactly my point.
You wanna
Never
explain
heard
it,
of it
Ibrahim?
before.
So it was a game on the DS, original DS, and it was basically like instead of catching Pokemon, you'd be like a ranger from the Pokemon series, and you'd have like a wand basically, which your stylus, and you would when you try and catch them, you'd basically draw circles around them a certain amount of time so that you could have them do different things for you, like breaking a boulder or like getting over a cliff or whatever. And each Pokemon would be one use, but like you could re-get them, but you just had to like do that circle thing. I don't know how else to explain it, but it was a fun game. I remember that. Fond
It just
memories of
looks
it.
like a Pokemon game entirely comprised of those mini games and New Super Mario Brothers.
That's fair. Yeah, is there any other games that come to mind, Ibrahim, or is it just Pokemon Ranger for the DS?
Right now, I'm just thinking Pokemon Ranger. I don't know why, but
Okay,
that's what's on
nice,
my mind.
nice. Sean, I know you're very in depth about games that you like. What are some games that you consider to be underrated or hidden gems?
Underrated games. Minecraft, GTA 5,
Jeez.
Ocarina of Time.
He's really digging down deep for these ones.
That's some real sleeper picks right here, Sean.
Roblox. No, dude. Longtime viewers of the Blazinator channel will know I am a very big fan of Transformers Devastation.
Yeah.
That game
Hell yeah.
rocks. That has to be one of the most underrated games ever. The soundtrack alone. Anybody watching, go
Dude.
go give the soundtrack to Transformers Devastation a listen. It might
Yeah.
be a licensed game. You could call it like baby tier, but you cannot say that soundtrack
No.
sucks.
And
The
for
tutorial
con
boss theme,
for
bro.
context for those listening, PlayStation Transformers Devastation. It is a licensed Transformers game, but it's done by Platinum Games, they've done Bayonetta, they've done Metal Gear Rising. A lot of the developers for those games worked on Devil May Cry. So imagine a hack and slash along the lines of Devil May Cry, but with characters like Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. It's so cool. It's really unfortunate the game got delisted, so playing it on console is hard nowadays. On PC, you can just find it online on Internet Archive, but it's a great game. Yeah, any other games, Sean?
Uh, ooh. It depends. How long do you want me to talk for?
I mean, if you got another game or two, if you want to mention it, you can always say it.
Mm, let's see. Lightning round.
Dun,
Banner
dun, dun.
Lord, Actually, no, Dawn of War isn't really that underrated. I think that's like popular enough.
Yeah, we're talking about RTS
Same.
games.
Yeah, same with Need for Speed Most Wanted. Underrated. Maybe I can't go for as long as I thought I would. Because I could also just say like T-Fawk, but like
Yeah,
every like that. I'm pretty sure that's probably one of the most popular licensed games of all time.
really?
Apart
Call it
from like
Cybertron?
Simpsons. Yeah, apart from like Simpsons Hit and Run.
Hit and Run. Yeah, Hit and Run is a pretty popular one. I'd say Battle for Bikini Bottom is also really popular one.
Ibrahim just texted me Scooby Doo Creepy Run.
Scooby Doo, Scooby Doo, Scooby Doo.
Yeah, Scooby Doo Creepy Run
Okay,
definitely
nice.
underrated game.
Super underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything
What about you,
else?
Omar? What are you thinking of?
Me personally, there's a couple that come to mind. A big reason why I sparked the questions because yesterday I started replaying one. The 2006 Capcom game Lost Planet Extreme Condition. It's a third-person shooter that came out in 2006, same year as Gears of War, so it's definitely overlooked in terms of big third-person shooter releases from big developers. But it's just a really cool game. It's like it takes place a lot in like the snow, and you can ride mechs and stuff, and you're just shooting a bunch of monsters. It's one of the first couple of third-person shooters of that style that came out, and it's constantly overlooked again because Gears of War, the very first one, came out on the 360 that same year. But it's a great time. It's available on Steam right now for like $3. If anyone wants to try it, who's listening, it's a great game. The second game unfortunately got delisted, and the third game's still on Steam. Those weren't as good, especially the third, because it was during that time where Capcom was like outsourcing their games to third-party developers, and those third-party developers didn't do a good job. For example, the 2012 DMC reboot, we don't talk about that. That was during that time. But no, the first game,
Look,
Extreme Condition, yeah, bad Devil May Cry, great action game, but we
yeah,
don't.
it's a great game, just not as a Devil May Cry game.
Unfortunately, yeah. But no,
Hey, I mean, at least they came back with like third-person shooters like Pragmata and stuff. That's really good.
yeah, no, and Lost Planet is like kind of laid the framework for a game like Pragmata. Granted, RE4 did overall just because it is one of those first third-person games. But yeah, I would say Lost Planet would be mine. Another that comes to mind just really, really quick would be a game like Enslaved Odyssey of the West. It's another hack and slash style game based off the Sun Wukong mythology, but it takes place in like a dystopian like I wouldn't say wasteland, but it's like robots are overrunning everything and everything is like run down in nature. And it's actually the main character is voiced and acted by Andy Serkis, who you might know as Gollum in Lord of the Rings or Claw in Black Panther. It's a great game, and
Isn't that
it's
also Platinum Games?
let me double check actually.
I feel like
It
it's got
might
that vibe.
it is it's by Ninja Theory. It's not Platinum Games. It's Ninja Theory.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean they're close.
Close
Also, they do
enough.
hack and slash games, but yeah, very so close but very far.
I got reminded of one game.
What
Dude,
was it?
Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2.
Ooh, okay.
Those games rock.
Yeah, they do. They very much do. All right. Um, is there any other games that come to mind really quickly, or should we get started with our
We should
games?
get started, man. We got a lot to cover
We have
today.
a lot to cover. So as I mentioned before, this past week was probably the busiest week in terms of summer game announcements, and we started it last Tuesday with Sony with the PlayStation State of Play on June 2nd. We only knew about one game that was going to be shown, and we'll play the trailer right here in just a second. Sorry if I disappeared. All right. We already knew about one game going to the showcase, and that was an extended gameplay and story look at Marvel's Wolverine coming to us from Insomniac. Messed it up already. Sorry about that, y'all. There we go. About Marvel's Wolverine coming to us from Insomniac. We already knew about this going into the state of play, but today, during that showcase, we got a much more in-depth look at the gameplay and the story content that we'll see in the game. For example, we saw a look at some of the stealth sections that are going to be in the game because Wolverine does like to sneak around a lot, so we will get to play some of those sections. Additionally, we got an extended look at the combat. One thing that really stuck out to me, I know it stuck out for Shaun as well when we watched the state of play, was that there is like you can interact with the environment in terms of like glory kills and stuff. So you can like shove people with your claws into like construction equipment and impale them, which I thought was really cool. What did y'all think of the gameplay so far?
Yeah, no, dude, the gameplay, like, it looks so good. Like, it's just so brutal, and they didn't like numb it down, not dumb, not like numb it down to the point where it's like appropriate for all audiences. Like, they really
Yeah.
kept it true to Wolverine. But
Oh,
I'm
100%.
so mad that it's not coming to PC anymore. I have a PlayStation, but I have not touched that thing in ages, and I want to play this game so bad. Like, Insomniac did amazing with Spider-Man. They made it feel good. They made it fun. The stories were great. Like, now I'm excited for this, and there's like, haha, no PC. We're doing exclusives again. Like,
Yeah, that's fair.
ah,
Especially considering past Insomniac games from the PS4 generation have been on Steam, like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, the first two
exactly.
Spider-Man games, Spider-Man Miles Morales. So it is understandable. But I do also understand that like a lot of people complaining for years, oh, PlayStation doesn't have enough exclusive, Xbox doesn't have enough exclusives, and now they're actually starting to do it, and then those people are starting to complain about it again, which is really funny. But it is what it is.
Well,
I
the thing is though,
understand.
like, the
Yeah.
thing though is like we had like the quote unquote console wars for years. Like, PlayStation always had the exclusives. Xbox always had the good racing games and Halo and all. And we
Yeah.
finally got past that. Forza's on PlayStation. Spider-Man's on Xbox, I think.
No, not
But
not
now
still
there's like,
not.
haha, no. Oh, it's still not. Okay, it's still on PC though. Okay, but
Yeah.
still, they show us this amazing gameplay, and then they're like, haha, no, exclusive. Like,
I mean, they
it's
gotta
just
sell
annoying.
consoles. They gotta find a way to make some money, especially with all the price increases and stuff. They want stuff that's gonna make people be, ooh, I need a PS5 for Wolverine. Like, it's a given. A bunch of companies do it. It's like it's a known business practice at this point, but it is unfortunate considering the developers have a history of porting their games to PC. But we'll see.
Yeah,
Only
it
time will
is what it
tell.
is.
We never know if they'll go back on their word and end up putting Ghost of Yotei and Wolverine on
For once,
PC.
I actually hope they will.
Yeah. Additionally, with the gameplay, the visuals I say look really, really cool. Obviously, a lot of the suits and character designs
Uh-oh. There we go.
you can debate on if they look good or not, just because the MCUification of comic book to live action costumes. But I would say visually, the game looks really nice. A lot of the blood spatter effects that you can see on screen right now look insane. Additionally, something I thought was really cool, that over time as Wolverine takes damage, not only does his body take damage, but his costume as well slowly gets like torn apart. That over time, because of his healing factor, it just goes back to normal, like including his health. That's another thing as well. We got to look at one of the QTEs in the game that we'll see over time in this trailer. Where if you die, you can like button mash really quickly to like get your health back, since Wolverine, theoretically can't die because of his the healing X factor. But no, it looks really cool. And if you are someone
You
who's
can
like
actually see it right now.
yeah, you can
Like the
see on
healing
his
factor, you can
back.
see his health slowly going up. Well, I mean,
Exactly.
like just his health bar, you can see it slowly going up, even when like he's not using any of his abilities.
Yes.
Kick
We
a
also,
guy
as
into
you
the
can see on screen,
forklift. Mm.
we got a look at some X-Men characters that are going to be part of the story. So the X-Men do not exist in this universe, Sony has told us. Right now, Wolverine is a part of a mutant rescue organization called Team X, who, again, specializes in rescuing mutants all across the country. You will see a bunch of characters from the X-Men comics and movies in this video game. For example, we saw Jean Grey, otherwise known as Phoenix, earlier helping Wolverine in some gameplay. We'll see Sabretooth in the game, which, Wolverine's brother, also a mutant. Really, really cool to see. It was already confirmed before, but the old X-Men villain Omega Red is going to be a character. We also saw Mystique in the trailer. And there's still X-Men characters to be shown in the game that have not been revealed yet. So who knows? Maybe we'll see Magneto. Maybe we'll see like a Cyclops or a Beast or a Colossus. Only time will tell. And if you're somebody who's debating on getting the game, but the blood isn't your thing, don't worry. Insomniac and Sony have confirmed that there will be an option to turn off the gore if it isn't your thing. So there will be a way for everyone to enjoy this, which is really, really cool. Shaun, do you have
Baby.
anything you want to say about Wolverine?
Looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. It looks like a fun time.
Yeah.
I like the violence.
Yes.
It's I like to think
Violence.
Spider-Man was holding Insomniac back.
Oh my god. Yeah, dude.
It
Imagine.
looks so good. I love the environmental stuff. It reminds me a lot of what like 007 First Light's doing
Mhm.
with like the environments like very integral to the combat, at least in like the animations. But like
Yes.
seeing that like earlier he kicked a guy into a forklift and it like stabbed through him or whatever. Like it was
Yeah. That
that looks
was really
nice.
cool. Yeah.
Well,
But what I'm curious about is like I'm guessing it's gonna be open world. Is it gonna be open world?
We actually
Is
don't
that
know yet.
confirmed?
That hasn't been
Yeah.
confirmed.
So how is that? How's that gonna be?
So I mean, I don't know,
probably the same way
because
Spider-Man is.
because the past Spider-Man games were all like, open world across the entirety of New York, or like the
Mhm.
entirety of New York City at least. You don't go to like Albany
You
or
get to walk
Rochester.
everywhere, take the subway.
But
would be
yeah,
pretty
they haven't confirmed anything. I will say it would. I feel like it would be harder to do something open world for Wolverine. I'm guessing this is going to be more mission based, or if not mission based, open zone probably. I would say more so on the mission based side, just because you are part of Team X. You are going on rescue missions, rescuing a bunch of mutants, as you can see on screen right now. So yeah, I would say best bet is probably missions, unless there is like an open world thing to unlock after the game. Again,
I'd prefer the mission base. Like
yeah,
if it is open world, I'm afraid we're running into Spider-Man syndrome. But
I
like,
mean, they could
well,
do
he can't
something.
swing around. They just like give Wolverine a grappling hook
Hmm.
just to get him the swinging.
dude.
They could do so, like take a note from Pragmata, because although Pragmata is an open world and it's essentially like there's like a home base and you can go out to different levels where the main objective is, but it could be something like that where it's like there's different areas you can go to, but
Mhm.
that might not feel right. I'm not sure, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, other than that, Wolverine releases on September 15th exclusively for the PS5. Pre-orders are currently live on the PlayStation Store, including a deluxe edition that actually nets you some in-game cosmetics, such as some bonus costumes, some of which referencing some of Wolverine's past. For example, there is just a regular Logan outfit and the jacket. There's the classic brown and tan suit that you can get with the pre-order. There's the Age of Apocalypse suit, which I was not expecting that to be translated into this game, but it is. So yeah, there's definitely going to be some love letters to Wolverine references, just like there were for Spider-Man. But yeah, are y'all excited for this game? Are y'all going to be pre-ordering this anytime soon, or getting it whenever it comes out?
Ain't
Uh,
pre-ordering nothing.
Hmm.
if it was coming on PC, I might have pre-ordered, but
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah,
fair.
looks good. Looks like a good time. I'm kind of excited to see it. I don't know if I'm gonna play it. I'm certainly not pre-ordering it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I have way too much respect for my wallet to risk a pre-order. I'm sorry, I've been burned by pre-orders too much in the past. I pre-ordered
No, that's
Jedi
valid.
Survivor on PS5
Oh,
just for it to run at 10 FPS for the first 3 months that game was out,
yikes.
and then still a good game, just ran horribly at launch, and
Yeah, no, that was
then
not optimized.
yeah, and then while optimized, I also pre-ordered Tears of the Kingdom,
And that,
and
yeah, that I know that game
you know
disappointed you
you
in a
know
bunch of.
my opinion. You know
Yes.
my opinions on Tears of the Kingdom, so
Yeah,
I'm not in the business to pre-order games anymore.
that's fair. Ibrahim, what about you? Are you gonna be picking up Wolverine when it releases on September 15th?
maybe if I feel like getting my PlayStation set up, I'm
Hmm.
so annoyed about that. But yeah, I probably will, but we'll see.
All right. Well, the next announcement that was on the state of play. Also, speaking of Marvel, we got the already like seemingly confirmed beforehand the reveal at the next team for Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls coming to us from Arc System Works. It was teased within their last trailer for the Avengers that we would be getting Doctor Doom's team, and we did end up getting that reveal. The team ended up being called the Knights of Doom, featuring Doctor Doom, Magneto from the X-Men, Green Goblin from Spider-Man, and Carnage also from Spider-Man. It was a big deal in terms of the roster of characters who were going to be part of this team. Magneto was already leaked beforehand for the game from I believe like an international like Walmart listing or something along the lines of that, like an international video game listing, alongside Scarlet Witch. So Scarlet Witch is seemingly confirmed for the last team in the game. We also, as I mentioned before, got the reveal of Green Goblin and Carnage, which is huge because it is their official fighting game debut. Goblin has never been in any previous Marvel vs. Capcom before, so this is completely new to him. And Carnage, this is his official Marvel vs. Capcom debut, as he is a part of the Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Community Edition mod. There's even a super that happens in the trailer that is one for one a super in Community Edition, which I thought was really, really cool. But yeah.
Copyright strike them.
No, please. Please don't do that. Don't do that.
Do it. Get money.
They're such hard workers. Oh my god, I've been a part of that community for a while, and I even used to make
No,
mods,
I'm
so
not
I
saying
know.
copyright strike them. I'm saying copyright strike Marvel. Get them to pay you for it.
Oh well, I mean, there is a lot of reused assets in the mods, so I don't know how well that will go over for us. Um, but yeah, what did y'all think of this?
It's open
Are
source. They're
y'all
making
interested
money off
in
of it.
Marvel Tokon at all, or is this just another fighting game release for you guys?
This is your game, bro.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
it's on you, bro. I enjoy a good fighting game, but like I mean, I'm not. like it's not my type of fighting game. I'm more into, as you know, like I'm into Tekken or like Naruto Storm 4 or
Yes. Yeah.
stuff like that. I mean, it's not like I'm not actively like, I don't think it's not that I don't think it's cool. I'm just like, this is more so your type of game.
That's fair.
I play For Honor. Don't ask my opinion.
Yeah, no, we shouldn't ask for Sean's opinion on fighting games. just disregard that. Um, but yeah, no, I thought it looked great. I personally, I think I am going to pre-order the game at some point soon. I'm just waiting for that last team reveal for Ghost Rider's team, and also for potentially if they're going to announce who the first season of DLC will be. But all right,
Hold on. Let me make sure it's actually back up. Okay, yeah, okay.
so
We're
yeah,
back.
sorry
I
about
see
that,
it.
y'all. I just had some really bad connection issues, but we're back. So as I was saying, Marvel took on Fighting Souls from Arc System Works and Sony, releases August 6th on PS5 and PC. Pre-orders are live right now, but you can also pre-order a deluxe edition of the game that comes with the first year of DLC, the first 4 characters, as well as the stage. But yeah, I'm personally debating on pre-ordering it soon. I'm just waiting on that last team reveal, but we'll see who gets announced for Ghost Rider's team, who gets announced for the DLC. I will definitely for sure be getting it at some point around the release if I don't pre-order it. It is, as a Marvel vs. Capcom fan, it is something I'm very looking forward to. But yeah, after that, the next trailer that was shown at the PlayStation Showcase was a game that had already been leaked the week before that we even talked about on the very first episode. And that's Rayman Legends Retold, a from the ground up remake of Rayman Legends from 2013. Is coming to us from Ubisoft. It's again from the ground up with new visuals, voice acting, new cutscenes. It looks really, really good. What did y'all think of Legends Retold?
It looked really good, honestly. Like I'll be honest, I haven't played a lot of Rayman. But from the parts of Rayman that I've played, I've enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoy a good platformer, and Rayman's always been a lot of fun.
Nice. Sean, what about you?
Love it. They have the Black Betty level. It's
Yes,
gonna be
yeah.
peak.
They're bringing back the They also have a new music level of "You Can't Touch This" by MC Hammer, and it has like
I
actual,
also saw that.
yeah,
That's peak.
yeah. No, it's looking like, I can't believe I'm saying this. I really hope I don't regret this, but my God, Ubisoft's actually doing something good. I can't believe it. This looks really
They'll never
good.
do anything good until they remaster Far Cry 2.
Well, in
They
your
should
eyes,
make For
typically.
Honor too.
No,
For Honor 2?
no, they shouldn't.
Yes.
They absolutely
Ubisoft,
should
are you
not.
listening?
They should
For
not do
Honor
that.
2. I better see it next showcase.
Or
Oh
like
my
For Honor
God.
1.5, whatever.
1.5.
If they did For Honor 2, it would just be Overwatch 2.
They just
They're
re-released the
changing
game.
nothing. It's just re-release the game, but like a little bit worse.
Oh my God. But yeah, Rayman Legends Retold. It's going to include some new 3D sections as well, where you're riding the dragons, almost like an on-rail shooter. That looks really, really good. The game is currently available for pre-order on PS5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Releases on game October 1st with a bunch of deluxe editions that include costumes and stuff. But something that I thought was really cool. We mentioned the past week that they were also planning on re-releasing Rayman Origins as Rayman Origins Enhanced Edition. That had a temporary price point of $2,000 on the Xbox Store. I'm actually very happy to report the exact opposite is happening. Not only is it not going to cost $2,000, it's actually not going to cost anything. Ubisoft has confirmed that if you buy Rayman Legends Retold, it doesn't matter if it's any of the deluxe editions, if it's just the standard edition, doesn't matter if you pre-order it or if you buy it physically or digitally. If you buy Legends Retold, Origins Enhanced Edition comes with the game for entirely free, which means even if you didn't pre-order, you can spend $40 for a remake of Rayman Legends and a remaster of Rayman Origins. I think is a really good deal.
That's actually really cool. Also, yeah, obviously it's not going to be $2,000.
Well, yeah, but it's just, again, really
Ubisoft
funny
may
that
be desperate, but they're not that desperate.
small price to pay for Rayman, as Sean
Eh,
said.
It's Ubisoft. I wouldn't be shocked. I'm shocked it is free that they're doing like
Yeah.
a
Yes.
double deal. That's actually that is the least greedy Ubisoft move I've seen in the last 20 years.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
But yeah. Rayman Legends Retold, October 1st. I again don't know if I'll pre-order it, but it is definitely something on my radar. I do think I will be getting it whenever it comes out. The next release came to us from Mint Rocket, developers of Dave the Diver, which speaking of, we got a trailer and the announcement of a prequel to Dave the Diver following Bancho the Chef. It is a upcoming cooking game along the lines of like, again, not
Is
not
that
that.
actually a prequel?
Yes, it is a prequel following Bancho
Oh,
and
I
Dave the
didn't know
Diver.
that.
Yes. You play as Bancho. He is. I didn't play Dave the Diver. I think Shaun, I believe you did. If you want to explain this a little bit better.
Yes, Dave the Diver is one of the most epic indie games ever created.
Mm-hmm.
If you like killing local wildlife, if you love massacring large varieties of fish under the ocean, Dave the Diver is the perfect game for you. And this is just Dave. This is Dave the Diver if it was Cooking Mama,
Yes, I
right?
was gonna
Following
say
Bancho the chef. Yes. So I guess we're no longer catching the fish. Now, okay,
you're cooking. You're cooking the fish now.
you're cooking the fish. It looks really cool. I don't like that they got rid of the pixel art style.
Mm-hmm.
I just that's just a personal gripe of mine. I really like the pixel art of the
I
original
mean,
Dave
it's
the
still
Diver. But like,
stylized though.
yeah, it's still stylized. It still looks pretty cool. And Bancho's the man. So
So it's a prequel, but you're cooking fish, meaning, i.e., that Dave the Diver can time travel. I'm kidding. I'm not going into that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
sure.
Uh, is this something? Is this something that's gonna be on your personal radar, Shaun?
No.
No.
It's a game that exists. If it's like on sale for like $10, I might pick it up.
Nice.
I'm not that invested.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as of right now, Bancho the Chef releases on PS5 and PC. No release date, but the game is likely to release in 2027. You can wishlist it though on the PlayStation Store and Steam. Next game is definitely sure to be one of Shaun's favorite, because as we all know, Shaun is a very big fan of anything regarding Asian mythology. We got a trailer for. we got a.
Is this one of the 20 Souls like set in Asian mythology?
It's not a Souls like, no. But this is an upcoming debut game from developer Unseen Studios at Sony. Kamuri Hunt the Unseen. This is a game that's like a hack and slash where you can choose 3 different classes along the lines of like a monster hunter. That's just the first thing that came to mind for me. You play as a supernatural yokai hunter in Kamori City, which is a very perfectly vertical, colorful urban jungle where you can have some fast movement, which I will say does look really good. While it is an action game, a key part of it is the yokai hunting, where you can like capture some of the enemies you use and use them for like uh, cosmetic items. But those cosmetics also grant you like different weapons you can use in the game and like different skills and
And
movement options and
abilities.
abilities. And honestly, to me at least, it looks really really solid. For a debut title, it looks really really good. From the Unseen developers. So yeah, what did you think, Ibrahim?
It seems like one of those games where it's like I'm not gonna probably get heavily invested into it like I do with other certain games,
Mm-hmm.
but it definitely looks like it's like a fun game you can just kick back and play with some
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah, Shaun, is this something that interests you or not at all?
No, God, no. There's not enough Jet Set Radio Future. If they
Oh,
play
so
if they
now it's a
played
good
Birthday
game.
Cake, maybe.
So now Future's a good game to you. I got you.
It's just whether it's worth my time.
That's fair. Yeah, the game has also been confirmed to have a 3-player online co-op with 1 player per role, which looks really cool. I personally dig the art style and the combat looks really cool, and I think the movement looks great. But yeah, Kamori Hunt the Unseen releases as of right now exclusively for the PlayStation 5. Release date slated for sometime in 2027. Will it join the upcoming slate of like a bunch of February releases we have going? Who knows? Only time will tell. But it is something that I personally will be keeping an eye out for. It does look really good. But yeah, Ibrahim, is this something that's going to be on your radar as well?
Probably not. I mean, it's just again, it's not something that I'm gonna get super into, and there's other games in my backlog
Mhm.
that I need to get to, and other games coming out that I want to play. So I mean, not like it's not cool, but I'm just not gonna be super hyped for it. But it's interesting.
That's fair. Yeah. All right. The next game that was shown off, we finally got a release date for a game that was announced at the Game Awards, and that is Tomb Raider: Legacy of Atlantis from Crystal Dynamics, published by Amazon Game Studios. I'm not gonna lie. Even in the blog post that I wrote about it, which y'all can read at gamestellation.blogspot.com, I didn't write too much about the trailer just because it is a lot of what we saw in that Game Awards trailer. It is a Crystal Dynamics Tomb Raider game, which is not something I say is a bad thing. I personally really loved the Survivor trilogy from the PS3 to PS4 era. I'm actually planning on replaying it soon. I just got it on Steam.
It's definitely like Forza in that regard. I would say that like it's not trying to be anything it's not so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah, so far it
Which
doesn't.
like
You
yeah,
first.
go on.
No, you first.
Like it's not a bad thing if a game isn't trying to be something like will it get a 10 out of 10 from us? No, probably not cuz it's not like a life-changing game that you're seeing.
Yeah.
But it is something that is like cool and it's like refreshing to see that companies see what the players want, which is the games that we've come to love and not just the same boring Mario and Unreal Engine type of games.
Yeah. I will say, as somebody who did really love the Survivor trilogy, it is cool seeing Crystal Dynamics lean more towards the older Tomb Raider games because it does look like there's going to be a lot more of the puzzles and puzzle platforming in this game, like the first 6 Tomb Raider games that came out. So I am curious how they're gonna mix again old school Tomb Raider elements with stuff from the Survivor trilogy that really made them stand out, such as the combat, such as the story, such as the visuals. Um, Again, only time will tell. Initially, it was slated to be releasing, I believe, October of this year, but I guess because of development time and also because of the insane amount of things releasing in October because of the upcoming GTA 6 that is seemingly for sure to come out in November. The game is now slated to release on February 12th, 2027. It's going to be releasing on PS5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch 2, and PC. Pre-orders are live right now with a $10 extra deluxe edition that includes a costume of her Survivor Trilogy outfit, funny enough, as well as 2 days early access, which is something we're going to see with a lot of games that we talked about today. So
Take
yeah,
notes, Sony. This is how you release cross-platform games.
you're
Give us
still
Wolverine on PC.
you have a PS5, just plug it in.
It's too much effort. Give it to me on PC.
But yeah, next, another debut title. There's a lot of debut titles actually announced from the State of Play, which I thought was really cool. But one that I want to talk about is an upcoming like survival horror dinosaur game called The Lost Wild. This is coming to us from debut studio Great Ape Games, publishing from Annapurna Interactive though, so they are a known publisher. It's a first-person survival horror game where you try to survive dinosaurs on a mysterious island. Not much to be said from the trailer other than it looks like what you imagine being on Jurassic Park would look like. Is this something that interested y'all, Shaun, Ibrahim? Any thoughts on this?
Nah,
Jurassic Park game.
Yeah.
dino game. I mean, I'm just not super big into horror.
Dinosaur.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not super
Yeah.
big into horror games is the thing.
That's
The
fair.
last game of this style that like interest me was like what was that one horror game like set on the
The
oil rig?
Forest?
No, it was
Oh,
on the oil rig. Everybody spoke in a Scottish accent. I think it's Still Wakes the Deep.
Go check.
Yeah, Still Wakes the Deep is like the last
Yes.
game of that
yeah.
style, like this slower first person horror aesthetic that like really captured my attention. Otherwise, to me this just looks like dinosaur horror game. And I feel nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's
in
fair.
general or about this game?
About this game.
Oh, okay.
I don't like something like Still Wakes the Deep. Like there's this now I'm blanking on the term, but like there's this horror aesthetic to it that's like very compelling, at least that like got me super interested.
Yeah.
But that it's just the only thing that catches your attention is dinosaur,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not 10, so that doesn't really do much for me.
That's fair. Yeah. The Lost Wild releases at some point in 2027 on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. No pre-orders currently live for it, but you can wishlist it on all of those platforms. Next is again the genre that we were just talking about that Shaun is not really looking forward to the oversaturation of. That is Asian mythology based Souls likes, but this is the one exception because it was revealed at the Game Awards and we got a new trailer for it in the State of Play, and that's
Oh, Phantom Blade.
Phantom Blade Zero, coming to us from another debut
Hell
studio,
yeah.
S Game Studio. I will say this isn't actually a Souls-like. It's more so like a hack and slash, but just very methodical in terms of like timing your attacks and stuff. And there is a lot of combat and movement I thought was really cool. But yeah, it's an upcoming action RPG set in a dark fantasy universe and mixes in elements of ancient Chinese mythology and martial arts, but also with like steampunk machinery in some aspects, which I thought was really cool. You play as this dude named Soul, who's an assassin framed for the murder of his master, that as you see on screen right now. And apparently, you only have 66 days left to live, and you go on a quest unraveling this like government conspiracy on who framed him. The combat
That's such
seems,
a weirdly specific number.
yeah, but yeah, the combat seems very fleshed out with over 30 weapons to unlock in the game and to use at your disposal. I will say, as Shaun and I have mentioned, when this was announced at the Game Awards, this looked very, very solid. And I would say that statement still stands the same. Additionally, there is going to be a full trailer and pre-order launch summer of 2026, or like later this summer at some point. So yeah, what did you think of the new trailer, Shaun?
Oh, new trailer. I don't feel like. I mean, okay, we got some stuff in terms of like story or whatever, and that's kind of neat. But like that first opening, like cinematic thing.
Yeah,
Holy hell! Somebody needs to fire the choreographer or whatever, like
Video
whoever videographer, whatever.
videographer? I don't know.
Those shots look rough. Okay. Other than that, though, I already know Phantom Blade looks really cool, and I'm probably gonna play it just because the movement is so solid. The combat looks the combat looks good,
yeah,
right?
it
Phantom
does.
Blade looks like it looks like it's gonna be a really good time. My only like slight gripe is when it got announced it was cool, but recently we've been getting way too many Souls like set in Asian mythology.
Yeah.
Calling Phantom Blade a Souls like is a little, but it still looks really cool. I'm super hyped.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, the game releases on PS5 and PC with the original September 9th release date pushed back only a month and a half to October 28th. Again, pre-orders aren't available, but they will be later this summer with that upcoming story and gameplay showcase. I personally will definitely be watching that because I am very interested with how that game is going to be going about. Next announcement we got was an upcoming console port from PC coming to us from Funcom, and that is Dune Awakening, based on the Dune books and movies. It's an open world survival PvE/PvP set in the Dune universe. It's been on PC for about a year now already, since June 5th actually of last year. But the game was confirmed to be coming to PS5 and Xbox Series on September 22nd this year, with pre-orders available on both consoles. Have y'all actually heard of this game at all in the past year or no?
I've actually watched a video about it.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, am I crazy? Is this different from the MMO that came out? I still don't know.
Not even he can tell. I
I
was thinking the same thing. I'm like, didn't this game already come out?
So the game
Yeah,
did come
like
out last year, this one, but I believe there is a separate Dune game, I guess, that is an MMO. I'm not sure. This was the first time I'd honestly heard about this game.
I think we're all
it's
confused.
Sand Planet with people who trying to survive. I mean, it looks the same.
Yeah.
Might just be an
Um,
RPG, but I mean, it looks kind of cool. I'm not particularly excited for it, even coming from me who's super into sci-fi, but it is what it is.
yeah, that's fair.
Next game, we got nothing to say.
That's fair. Next game, I will say, we did get an overview trailer because apparently it was actually announced before the state of play, which I was incorrect on that, but that's what it is. And that is coming to us from Koei Tecmo, Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered. It's a remake from the ground up of the Muso Warriors/Warriors game that actually set the standard for how modern Warriors games are. So if you've ever played something like a Hyrule Warriors, Fire Emblem Warriors, One Piece Pirate Warriors, chances are if you like how that format of the Warriors games are, it comes from Dynasty Warriors 3. So I personally am actually debating checking it out, just because I am curious, what that game would be
Oop.
like in a modern
There we go.
platform. But yeah, it is going to be the definitive way to play Warriors 3, as it includes all the content from the original Dynasty Warriors 3 on PS2, as well as all the content from the PS2 expansion pack Extreme Legends. And on top of that, it also features a bunch of brand new modes, mechanics, and gameplay features apart from the brand new visual overhaul. What did y'all think of this? Are y'all into the
It looks
Warriors
like
games at all?
it looks really good. I mean, I love like the warrior style Hyrule Warriors type of games, and
Yes.
Dynasty Warriors, of course, or was it? Yeah, wait,
Yeah, this is
that is what
Dynasty
it's called,
Warriors.
right?
Yes. Yeah, it is
Yes,
Dynasty
thank you.
Warriors.
The only thing I'm not excited for, I'm gonna be honest, is the fact that it's probably gonna be full priced. And like I know they did a lot and that they're working on a lot and stuff, but like I mean, it is still a remake slash remaster of the original one, but I am still looking forward to it. Maybe we'll
It's
get it on
actually
sale at
launching,
some
the
point.
base version is actually launching at $39.99.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the
I might actually
$69.99 is
get
for
this
the
then.
digital deluxe actually, with the pre-purchase. Yeah.
Well, that makes me more excited. I mean, I was already excited for this, but knowing that's not full price, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, W Koei Tecmo. Shaun, what about you? Are you into the Warriors games at all, and any like spin-off or no?
I played Hyrule Warriors. I
Hmm.
thought it was kind of neat, but like, I really don't have too much to say. I don't know this game. I'm
That's
sorry.
fair. Now you're
He
good.
likes For Honor being slow and having 3 ways
I,
to block.
yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna have too much to say until the Xbox showcase, because that's where I peaked.
Yeah, that's where we both very much enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remaster releases on PS5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch 2, and PC on September 30th. Pre-orders are live right now, including a digital deluxe that includes additional costumes, bonus items, and a cool little art book, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, speaking of earlier, how we were talking about Dune Awakening was getting ported from PC to console. We also saw a big version 1.0 announcement of another current game on PC in early access that will be releasing on consoles. And that is a game that I've actually just heard about for the first time called No Rest for the Wicked. This is coming to us from the developers at Moon Studios, who you might know for Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which are absolutely beautiful games, great Metroidvanias. But yeah, this is a multiplayer action RPG with some town building elements where you play as a group of warriors getting rid of a plague cursing a town. And the combat actually, while it is like from a top-down perspective along the lines of something like Hades, instead of it being a hack and slash, it's actually more comparable to a Souls-like, where the gameplay actually encourages like steady, patient, well-planned attacks with, you know, good movement and dodging. But yeah, I will say, as to be expected with the Ori and the Blind Forest developers, the game visually looks really nice. I'm actually really digging this art style.
That art style is really clean.
Yes, it pops really nicely.
Very
I don't know
pretty.
if you've ever played what was it? What's that game? Not
Diablo,
no, no, no. It's like a tower defense game almost.
Bloons.
Um, not no, it's almost tower defense.
Sorry.
Uh, it's like there's like different classes you can play as like a wizard and
Plants vs Zombies.
jeez, no, I'm looking this up.
Bam, bam,
Jeez,
bam,
tower
bam.
defense.
But yeah, in the meantime, while you're searching that up, let me just say. So yeah, the game has been in early access on PC since April of 2024. But it is coming. The 1.0 version is releasing October 2026 on PS5 and PC. No set date in October yet. But then eventually, after the October release on PS5 and PC, a Xbox Series and Nintendo Switch 2 version is planned for at some point down the line. Not the same day as PS5 and PC for the 1.0 version, but you know, it is still very good that this game is getting a full release, especially after 2 years of early access.
I was thinking
Um,
of Dungeon Defenders, by the way.
Dungeon Defenders. Never heard of that. But
Great
yeah,
game.
awesome. Yeah, next is actually a game that got a demo immediately following the showcase, which I actually played and reviewed on the Gamestellation website, again, gamestellation.blogspot.com. And that is coming to us from Capcom, a long-awaited sequel, Onimusha Way of the Sword. This is another game that got revealed at the Game Awards that we finally got a new trailer for. It is, as I mentioned, the next entry in the long dormant series. He plays a guy named Miyamoto Musashi, who's a samurai looking to prove he is unmatched in, you guessed it, the Way of the Sword. But his story takes a very big turn as the underworld, where these demons known as the Genma start to slowly like engulf Japan, and monsters and demons basically from the pits of hell itself take over Kyoto. Um, and I have to say, while the Game Awards trailer looked phenomenal, this trailer here looked really good. But after playing the demo, I have to say that I do have a lot of thoughts. Um, the dialogue could use some work, especially the English voice acting. Dear God, it's not good. And a lot of the visuals, there's some visuals because it is in Capcom's in-house RE engine, which time and time again has proved it is very beautiful to look at. But there's a lot of stuff in this game. Like the trailers do really good because of the environments, but some environments, like especially when it's darker, just look really muddy and like stuff gets mixed together and doesn't look that good. So I really hope Capcom, like you can even see here in the trailers, some stuff that just kind of blends together not too well.
That's like a problem with a lot of recent games, though.
Yeah,
To be fair,
Mario
yeah.
and Unreal Engine.
Focus
yeah.
M.
That's the problem with every single game having the same art style now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I will
I will say the
say
combat.
you first. Go ahead.
I I haven't played any demo or the older versions, but the combat looks pretty interesting because it's like
Yeah.
I know it's gonna feel Souls-like, but it's gonna play differently, just judging by the gameplay trailers.
As someone who's played the demo and the older Onimusha games, it is not Souls-like feeling whatsoever. It is very, very good, very like hack and slashy, but a bit more grounded, I guess is the best way to describe it. Um, but I will say there is some legacy stuff about the gameplay that Onimusha is known for. I mentioned it in the review, but like granted, the series has been doing this for ages. Um, if you back away from an enemy, they don't try to attack you, which I feel like kind of removes a sense of urgency. It was like one of the bigger gripes I had with the older Onimusha games, but especially I felt it now with the new modern release with the demo. But I will say there is a lot of stuff to look forward to in the game. It is something that I am personally looking forward to, and there is a lot of stuff that I think Capcom can very easily take some time to fix. But yeah, Onimusha Way of the Sword releases on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC on September 24th, with pre-orders available right now for standard and deluxe editions. Again, that gameplay demo is currently available on all platforms. I would highly recommend taking a look at it. It is really, really fun. And who knows, maybe there are some aspects of it that I didn't enjoy that other people will, but it's a good time. And again, the demo's free, so might as well check it out while it is free. Is this something that is going to be on y'all's radar or not at all?
No.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Next we got a completely brand new reveal from Konami. We got, as Silent Hill has slowly and slowly been coming back over the past couple of years with the remake of Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill F, which was also really good. We got the reveal of Silent Hill Townfall, another completely brand new entry in the Silent Hill franchise, where you play as this man named Simon Ordell, a journalist who's called back to the town of Saint Amelia to quote unquote put things right. I will say I believe this is the first time the franchise is from a first person perspective. Um, recently the past two entries
Uh,
have been third person. So
there was that one demo that is no longer available.
PT, yeah,
That PT, yeah.
yeah. Well, apart from PT, because that was supposed to be unfortunately Silent Hills, and then Kojima turned that into Death Stranding. Um, this is in terms of official releases that are coming out for sure. This is the first time we see a first person
Yeah.
perspective from the Silent Hill franchise. It is going to bring a bit of refreshment with that. You'll also use items like something called the CRTV, which is like a pocket television you can use to tune unstable signals within the town of Saint Amelia, as you can see on the trailer right there. What do y'all think? Are y'all into Silent Hill at all, or
Still not into horror.
It
not?
looks. I mean, okay. It looks intriguing. I can see somebody like. I can see somebody being curious to get more out of it, but like to me, who's not a big Silent Hill fan, this trailer it doesn't do it for me. I'm not getting enough from it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know what the gameplay is. I don't really know like what the story is. Yeah, maybe I just wasn't paying enough attention because this is snuck in with a bunch of other. This was Summer Games Fest, right?
This is us. We're still on state of play.
We're still on State of Play. Okay,
Yes.
either way, both of those presentations were full of no gameplay, people like voiceover telling you literally nothing, just like vague dialogue. So with this being interjected and not really telling you that much about like what the game is, I didn't get nothing from it.
No,
Mm-hmm.
that's true.
That's fair.
So but that's me not being a fan of the series. If you are a fan, I can like maybe you think differently than I do, but like that was just my impression of it.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. But yeah. With that being said, Silent Hill Townfall releases as of right now only on PS5 and PC. No Xbox date currently planned. At some point Oh no, not at some point. Sorry, there is a release date officially, September 24th, and there are pre-orders live for the game right now with a deluxe edition netting you 3 days early access, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, again, a lot of games are going to be doing that. Next, apparently, again, also something that wasn't a new reveal, but we got a new trailer for, and that was from Bandai Namco, Ace Combat 8: Wings of, I think, Thev, however you pronounce it. But yeah, Ace Combat 8 is happening. Not
I don't
really.
care what anyone says. I want to play this game. I don't care. I want to play a new Ace Combat game.
That's fair. But yeah,
It
Like,
looks cool.
it does.
No gameplay though.
No, well, yeah, no.
Here and there. Again, it was another story, very big story focused trailer. With it trying to basically advertise, or according to Bandai Namco, this is Ace Combat's biggest campaign yet, and there is a refined online co-op compared to the last entry. Unless there was an online co-op. Again, I'm not sure. I personally,
That's not saying a lot.
it falls
Their
under that
biggest
Call of
campaign yet.
Dutyism. It's Call of Dutyism very much in terms of that news. But I personally, I'm not too big into Ace Combat, so I can't speak too much on what my thoughts are. If y'all have any thoughts, let me know.
I mean, I'm not big into Ace Combat, but Ace Combat is pretty fun for a little bit. So
That's fair. But yeah. Ace Combat 8 Wings of Thief releases on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC on October 1st, with pre-orders live right now with a deluxe edition that grants you 3 days early access. But something I thought was actually pretty cool. Again, not into the game personally, but it's cool that they included this. If you pre-order any version of the game, you'll get a free remastered version of Ace Combat Zero: The Belkan War from the PS2. So that is cool. As like a nice little pre-order bonus.
where's my Steam, real quick? Let me just.
But yeah, that releases October 1st. Pre-orders live right now. Yeah, the next game that got released though, I'll be honest, none of us really knew that this was a legacy franchise until after the fact. And that is the Stuntman games. Stuntman is coming back with their next entry in the series in the first time since like 2007, I believe. Stuntman Hollywood. This is a like racing, like action / puzzle racing series where you perform dangerous stunts in all sorts of vehicles. It's the first time since 2007's Stuntman Ignition. However, the key focus with this game, with it being called Stuntman Hollywood, as you can even see, you'll be recreating a bunch of scenes from Hollywood films and shows such as Fast and the Furious, Back to the Future, Knight Rider. Where there are also those cars like the DeLorean is in this trailer. You see Knight Rider. I will say I've never played Stuntman, but this does look like a pretty solid time. I know, Ibrahim, you are into racing games. You just recently
I can't
Forza
lie. I'm
Horizon.
not excited for this.
No?
Like, I love me
This
a good racing game. This doesn't seem like it's gonna play off well, because like, if you're playing as a stuntman, right, it's gonna be like a mission based thing, which is fine. But it's like it's gonna be going from like something like Fast and Furious, which is like actual. It's gonna be like jumping from Fast and Furious 1, which is actual racing, to like 8, where they're in space. Like, it's gonna be like stuff
Yeah,
like that, where it's gonna be jumping around a lot, and then it's just gonna
that's
be
fair.
like, for the most part, scripted events, because it's like based off of movie events that are literally scripted. So it's not gonna like, it's gonna kind of just be driving the car and recreating things that are already meant to happen, I guess. Like, you can't really do your own thing or like have any competition or whatever. Like, maybe it'll be good, maybe I'll eat my words, who knows, but I'm not personally excited for this.
That's fair. But yeah, Stuntman Hollywood, as of right now, is confirmed to be releasing on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC for a TBD release. We'll have to keep an eye out for what Saber Interactive says, but the game is available to be wishlisted right now on all platforms. I would say this is probably a 2027 release because there is a lot more ready in this footage than not ready. But yeah,
We probably shouldn't show that next trailer.
what, ill?
We probably shouldn't show that one.
Why not?
oh
There's
'cause
nudity and stuff in it. We
Oh,
shouldn't show that
yeah,
one.
okay, we're not
it
gonna
is
show that one.
censored. Okay, yeah. Let's be safe. Let's just say no.
Yeah.
Anyway, ill looks cool.
Yeah,
It's another horror game.
yes.
It gives kind of like I don't even know how to explain it. It's like a
I can.
twisted zombie
I got you.
game in a hospital. There is a lot of gore, a lot of creepiness, a lot of
Yes.
like hyper realism with a lot of it.
Yes.
The only reason I was kind of, or like I guess all three of us, and the reason I called it out to not pull it up is because the trailer, like, it's on YouTube, but it does get pretty graphic at times, and there is nudity that they literally censor in the trailer. So we're just gonna stay on the safe side and not show that.
Mhm.
But I mean, I'm still on the same stance of it's a horror game, so not really my thing. But what do you guys think?
I mean, I would say it's pretty cool. This is another debut title coming to us from this State of Play showcase from developers Team Clout. They say it's going to be a realistic first-person action horror game where you like go into a dark forest and you're overtaken, or the forest is overtaken by a mysterious entity. As we mentioned before, the game showcased a bunch of like intense body horror and like a realistic physics engine as well, with a bunch of grotesque monsters that you can fend off with a tactically
And
managed layout of
disturbing
weapons.
things.
It is very disturbing as well.
It was
Yeah.
very disturbing.
But there is like
And
a
it looks
weapon.
cool.
It does. There's also like a weapon management
Yeah.
system along the lines of Resident Evil, where you have to like tactically manage, like, you know, place it the right way for you to be able to carry a bunch of stuff. They also do promise to
The
have
weapons
a
is what caught my eye.
yes, yeah,
Personally, like, okay, because the big thing I noticed was not only do these weapons look cool, but like you can tell the game is set in like an Eastern European country just because all the weapon choices are like very Russian or
yeah.
just Eastern European. Like they had there was a VZ61 that looked that looked real good. I like that. I've been saying a lot. There's been a
It,
lot of mms,
a lot of mm.
but there've been a lot of mms, but yeah, I don't know. The weapons got my monkey brain firing.
Ooh.
Otherwise, it looks pretty neat.
Yeah, and another thing as well I thought was really cool because I was looking at the Steam page. The game promises to have a bone-chilling narrative with some help from writers who've worked on shows and movies like Longlegs and the It series, Welcome to Derry. So intense body horror, cool weapons, and like a really good story. I'm actually kind of interested to see where this goes. But yeah, this is a game called Ill. It releases on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC sometime in 2027. No pre-orders as of right now, but you can wishlist the game. Next, I want to talk about a game that we're gonna see again when we talk about Summer Games Fest. A game that I know me and Ibrahim are excited for, and
I'm
that
so
is
excited for this one.
Control Resonant, a sequel from Remedy Games where you play
Oh, I
as
got nothing for this. I'm using the bathroom.
But yeah, me and Ibrahim got y'all. But yeah, you play as Dylan, who is the brother of Jesse, the first protagonist of Control, the first game. Where
The whole
he's
concept of the first one was you're trying to find him, and the second one's like, here he is.
here he is, and now he's cool as hell. But yeah,
Yeah.
he has a bunch of like supernatural powers, just like his sister, where you explore a warped version of Manhattan on the brink of a paranatural annihilation. So far, at least from my perspective, because I don't remember too much of the first Control, I am planning on replaying it soon. I feel like this game focuses a lot more on combat, right, Ibrahim? Like what I've seen of this game.
Kind of.
focuses more
I was thinking about that because for those of you who have played Control, you'll know what the combat is like in that game. I'll be honest, I haven't personally finished Control, but I did get very far into it,
Mhm.
and it was a great game. I just had like there was a bunch of reasons, but it was a great game, and the combat was great. I think a big reason this one feels like it focuses more on combat is just because you're not using the like weapon. I can't
The
remember what they
gun.
called it, but basically the pistol that she
Yeah.
had, because this is more melee focused from what we can see.
Yes.
So that is something I'm very excited for because Control has had great combat, like the gunplay was great, and seeing the current like
Speaking of
melee
which, that was
combat is
Jesse.
gonna be like I don't think that's Jesse, but it
Oh,
might be. I
earlier it
don't
was,
fully.
yeah.
It might. I don't know.
Hold on.
Um,
Wait. Yeah, that is right. Hair is different.
maybe I don't know. Probably is. But
Sorry.
yeah, like lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, like it's more hack and slashy and more movement based. Like there's plenty of movement and control, but there's all or the original Control, but in Resident there's also seemingly a lot, and the combat just looks like a lot of fun. So
Mhm.
I'm very excited for this.
Yeah. But yeah,
And I want to. Oh, another thing I'm excited for. Sorry, not to cut you off,
no,
but
you're
another
good.
thing I want to see is if they have more Alan Wake references because they are set in the same universe.
Hmm. Yeah. Um, it does look really, really cool. Control Resonant releases September 24th this year with pre-orders live right now on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. There is a digital deluxe included as well. We will be seeing another trailer later on when we talk about Summer Games Fest, as it was featured there. There was also another trailer as a part of the PC gaming show hosted by PC Gamer. We won't be covering that, but there is a lot of trailers out right now for it if you are interested in the game. I'm not gonna lie, the next three things that were announced, which hopefully will lead us to the second to last and last thing, we can just kind of talk about really quickly and gloss over. They're not too much major things. First of all, season 2 of Marathon. The second season of the game is releasing. Or no, it's already out. It's called Nightfall. I can't really say too much. I tried Marathon out because it is free until tomorrow morning. To play on PS5, Xbox, and PC. It's not my cup of tea. I don't know. I feel like Bungie could have done a bit better with it. I didn't enjoy it that much. I don't know if Ibrahim, you've played it at all. Um,
Not really, but I've seen it and I'm disappointed. I mean, Bungie, the guys like who really worked a lot on Halo and made Halo what it is, made Marathon, and I'm just like,
yeah. Reminder: Destiny died for this game, and this is what we got. So
Hello,
yeah.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, Marathon. I played Marathon, thought it was and I played Arc Raiders, and that was better.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
Arc Raiders is
yeah,
good.
I think
Raiders is
Arc
good.
Raiders killed Marathon, and if it didn't, then Marathon killed itself. Like,
Bungie
Yeah,
killed Marathon. Yeah.
Bungie killed Marathon, I guess. I don't know. An extraction shooter in the big 2026. How about that?
That's fair.
That's like making a battle royale in 2020. Like,
it's like making a battle royale today.
Yeah.
yeah, Battlefield
Um.
6. I'm looking at you.
Yeah. Marathon's already been out for since March of this year. Season 2 is now live, and you can play the game completely for free on all platforms except for Nintendo Switch 2 until tomorrow morning. Another thing I want to talk about, just we're gonna gloss over the next two things I was saying to Ibrahim. Another game that's been on early access on PC but getting its 1.0 release is a game called RuneScape Dragon Wilds. It's a spin-off of RuneScape coming from Jagex as well. It's a co-op survival crafting game that takes place on the forgotten continent of Ashenfall, where dragons have woken up and you'll have to master survival and uncover ancient secrets and hope to slay the Dragon Queen with the heart of RuneScape at its core. It's been on early access since April of last year, but its full 1.0 releases comes on PS5 and PC in fall of 2026 this year.
I don't think it's the heart of RuneScape. I think it's the title of RuneScape.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, and then they did say that the PS5 release will be a part of the PS Plus subscription service when it releases. Speaking of PS Plus, we got some news on some upcoming games coming to the Classics catalog. The first one on coming in June is I can't believe Sony's acknowledging this game, Gitaru Man for the PS2, which is a rhythm game developed by Koei Tecmo. It's along the lines more so of like Samba de Amigo than it is of a game like Parappa the Rapper, where you play as this guy named U1 where you have this guitar and you compete in like riff offs. It's a really cute game. I mean, if you have PS Plus, might as well check it out. It's a fun little time.
Acknowledging anything except Bloodborne.
Yeah, that's
Real.
Sony for you. Yeah, that's coming out in June. Next, joining the Classics catalog is in July, and that is PsyOps: The Mindgate Conspiracy, where it's developed by Midway before they went out of business a couple years later in 2009. You play as this guy named Nick Scryer, who's an elite Psy soldier with a white memory trying to take down a terrorist organization. It's a third-person like action adventure shooter. It's not anything crazy, but it is a fun little time. I do remember playing it loosely a little bit on the PS2 at like a cousin's house. It's a solid game. Releases in July. Again, it's free, a part of PS Plus if you do want to check it out. The one I do want to talk about though, that I think is the most worthwhile out of all of these. We talked about Onimusha earlier. They're re-releasing the fourth Onimusha entry, Dawn of Dreams, as a part of the PS Plus Classics catalog. From the PS2, you play as Soki, who fighting game fans might recognize from Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. It's an action adventure where you try to stop the Genma demons from invading Japan. It is a really, really cool time. It was, I believe, like the fastest paced one from the old PS2 Onimusha games. It is my personal favorite from the Onimusha games from the PS2, as much as people say Onimusha 2 is the best. But yeah, that releases in August, so the next 3 months of Classics catalogs editions are covered. The second to last reveal, which is a a first party game coming from Sony, which surprised all of us, I would say, is Until Dawn 2. We're getting a brand new Until Gone. I can't speak today.
Until
I apologize. Until Gone. We're getting a new Until Dawn, which is a like story, cinematic decision-based story game where you see a group of young adults trying to enjoy a vacation on an island until suddenly everything goes wrong. And just like the first entry, you'll have to encounter the narrative and make difficult choices and decide who gets to live and who has to die. Have y'all played any? Have y'all played the previous Until Dawn game at all, or heard of it?
Yes.
I haven't, but I've seen a lot from it.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Oh,
really
before you
hyped.
continue, we can't show the full trailer
Oh, why not?
because of
What?
it
Okay,
has
there's a little bit of murder.
no,
It's a
because
horror
there's
game.
sexual content in it and we're on Twitch.
Oh,
Ah, wait, we're on Twitch. Sexual content's like half the site.
you're thinking of Kick.
Am I?
Yeah.
Yes.
This was the site that had a full section dedicated to hot tub streamers.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh, but we're not women. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, there
No,
you
you're
go.
right. You're right. I'm wrong. Uh,
Yeah, the full trailer is
I
on
cannot be
YouTube.
slandering. I cannot be slandering Twitch. Anyway, Until Dawn.
Full trailer is on YouTube though to watch. It's nothing like super graphic, but it does get kind of suggestive, and we don't want to get banned.
Yes.
Pretty neat trailer. I was only hyped because I called it that it was gonna be Until Dawn while we were watching it live.
Yeah,
I
Mhm.
I I I gave myself a pat on the back for recognizing it. Otherwise, I really want to know who was asking for another Until Dawn.
Yeah, that's
Like
fair.
it wasn't a bad game. It was actually like I was actually pretty good. It's like it's a fun play. Like if you like the David Cage style, like Detroit Become Human, uh
Telltale-ish.
yeah, Telltale-ish, like Heavy Rain, you're
Yeah.
gonna
I
like
am
it.
excited for this one, honestly.
Yeah, but like I didn't know that there was a I
I
didn't know
mean,
that there was a demand for
they
it.
did make a was it a show or a movie about Until Dawn? They made something in live action with Until
They
Dawn.
made, they made a movie. Don't remind me of that.
Was it
That
not good?
movie was it was so bad. It like I went to go watch it. Not opening night, but like at some point when it was out in theaters, and dude, that theater
It has,
was so empty, so dead quiet.
it has a
Oh my
5.7 out of 10 on IMDb and 52 on Rotten Tomatoes.
yeah,
Jeez.
dude, it was so like it was so mediocre that it was bad. Like that's the only way I can describe it to you.
That's unfortunate.
Like it had some interesting ideas, but otherwise it was like once again, like the sequel, who is asking for this? I don't know who the target like demographic was. I can't think of anyone asking for it.
Yikes. But yeah, so with that being said, because it is a first party PlayStation title, Until Dawn 2 is slated to release exclusively on the PlayStation 5 for at some point in 2027. No confirmed release date within that time. Again, probably not going to be in February as it is a very busy month already in terms of game releases, which we'll get into as we talk about more showcases and more news. But pre-orders are currently unavailable. You can wishlist the game. The last reveal, though, is probably the biggest one. It was, again, also rumored and leaked beforehand, but very happy it came true. We're getting a new God of War game besides the God of War trilogy in the form of God of War Luffy, where you play as Kratos' wife Luffy after her death, like literally immediately after her death in God of War 2018. And another really cool thing, I won't be able to play the full trailer because it is 20 minutes of straight gameplay and story like footage.
Okay, 20 minutes of cutscene.
Yeah.
But the gameplay
Let's
that we
let's
did see looked
hear.
good, I will say. It is
It does look good.
yeah. It is the classic action, like third person action game that we have seen from the Sony Santa Monica God of War game so far. But I will say it looks a lot faster and there's a lot more focus on the actual like hack and slash combat. Like there's air combos like Devil May Cry, for example.
I'm actually really excited for the combat. The combat in this game looked really good.
Yeah.
If you want to skip to the combat in the trailer.
Got you.
But I mean, like, don't get me wrong, God of War, like, you're way too far ahead, dog. It was like towards the beginning.
Yeah, this is a better.
He wants to
Oh, I
see
didn't.
Jack Wade Cube.
Yes, we'll get to that.
Okay, fair
We'll get
enough.
to that in a second.
The combat does look really good. Like, it's more fast paced than God of War game, like the new God of War games, and I really like
Yes.
that. That is cool.
That was.
But like they also have like like how Omar was saying, like the air combos
Yep.
and stuff like that. It looks so cool, and I like it feels okay. I can't think of another game off the top of my head, but because we talked about it earlier, it reminds me of the 2012 Devil May Cry, where it was just like really fun, fast paced combat.
Yeah. That's fair.
That's the Devil May Cry that everyone was
Yeah,
that was like the reboot.
the reboot. Yes,
Yeah, the one
DMC
that
Devil May
wasn't a
Cry.
good Devil May Cry.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a solid action game. Just for Devil May Cry, it was not Devil May Cry. That was not Dante. Like literally, people call him
Yeah.
Dante because of how bad it was.
Say.
But yeah. So this takes place. Another thing too. I'm gonna get to the part in the trailer. There's a scene where they're trying to really interplay this in like time this really well with the God of War games like 2018 and Ragnarok. There's a scene where Kratos picks her up. I mentioned this to you before, I believe. I don't know if I mentioned this to Shaun. When Kratos picks her up here, it's from that scene in Ragnarok where you're fighting Thor. He kills you and he brings you back to life when he's like, "Oh, you're at the game over screen." He's like, "I say when we're done." That period of time where Kratos is dead, he was apparently here helping Luffy back up, and then he goes back because Thor brought him back to life. So they're trying to
That
like
makes sense.
they're putting it in between the events of 2018 and Ragnarok, basically.
Really? So
Yep.
she was actually dead for like a month or
Yes.
2 months or however many years
And
between.
yes, and that's why in Ragnarok there was that scene where he heard Luffy's voice from afar. It's because of this. We'll see. I guess whenever the game comes out. Another really cool aspect I thought of it too. I'll get to that part in the trailer. So when Luffy dies, she goes to Valhalla, but it's currently being overtaken by the Mongolian and Egyptian gods of war, who are going to be the main villains of the game, which I think is really cool that they're mixing in other mythologies. They hinted at it with the Ragnarok DLC Valhalla, like the roguelite DLC, where it's like I think it's like the final boss like switches weapons based on Egyptian mythology, Japanese mythology, and Mongolian mythology. Or no, not Mongolian mythology. Sorry, Aztec mythology. So who knows if we'll see Japanese and Aztec mythology as well, but it is cool that we are getting, you know, other different mythologies in this game. And it'll be up to Luffy to bring balance and restore Valhalla. Yeah, additionally, another thing that we mentioned, there is a cube guy who's going to be your companion in this game, voiced by Jack Quaid, who you might know as Huey from The Boys. And he will assist
I'm
you in
having
combat.
PTSD to Ocarina of Time, and Navi's being like, "Hey, listen!"
It's just Jack Quaid.
every 2 seconds.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's cool. I like Jack Quaid though. I like Novocaine.
Yeah.
Right. He was really good in that. The only thing that gets me is holy cringe dialogue.
Yeah, to be expected with a AAA title like this.
Yeah, but like, it takes you out of it so much.
At least it's not Forspoken levels of bad. We don't talk about that.
Okay, yeah, but like that's the worst of the worst.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, God of War Luffy releases exclusively at PS5 some point in the future, though it is likely to assume that the game will be released sometime in 2027, since there is this much finished footage. I am curious though. I did mention this after we watched the state of play, because Sony Santa Monica is also the ones doing the God of War original trilogy remake. So I'm curious to see if they're developing both at the same time. But again, only time will tell. I am curious to see more footage on this game as well as an eventual proper release date. But yeah, that was the PlayStation Showcase in terms of announcements. That was the first thing that was shown. The next thing that was shown was coming to us from Summer Games Fest on Friday, which there's a lot of anticipation going into that because of how much leaks and rumors and stuff there was going on. But yeah, let's jump right into it. Was there anything? What did y'all think of the state of play before we get into Summer Games Fest?
Give us Wolverine on PC.
All right, Shaun.
It's more AAA slop. I get okay. Well, actually, okay, I say that, but then we're about to get into Summer.
You were
Games
about to
Fest,
get one that you want.
and then Summer Games Fest. I would argue was like, I think like this year's Summer Games Fest was the epitome of everything I hate with modern game reveals and trailers.
That's fair.
So, um, I'll get to talk about that, I guess.
Hmm.
Otherwise, God of War Laufey looks interesting.
Yeah. All right, let's get started talking about Summer Games Fest, because after this, this is the longest of the showcase that happened. But then we have Xbox Showcase. There are 37 things to talk about, some of which I will gloss over, but
We'll probably have to spitfire some of them.
We're gonna have to pick up the pace a little bit here.
do you want me to just talk about it and then like if somebody has something to say, like y'all just say it and then.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna have to speed run it. Come on,
Rapid
talk as
fire
fast as you
time.
can.
Here we go. So, the very first trailer we got was the long-awaited announcement of Resident Evil Veronica, a from-the-ground-up remake in the RE engine of Resident Evil Code Veronica that's been locked on Dreamcast exclusivity for decades now. It's really cool that we're going to see this. This is basically, I believe this is until Resident Evil 6, the last game that Claire Redfield is a main character in. But we haven't gotten any gameplay about it so far. It is coming out at some point in 2027 for PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. You can wishlist the game right now on Steam. No pre-orders as of right now.
Tony, take notes. Give us Bloodborne.
But yeah, it is probably going to be. We didn't see any gameplay, just again, story footage because I guess the gameplay isn't ready to be shown off yet. It is bound to be another third-person Resident Evil game, especially considering it is an older game getting remade. And so far for the older games getting remade, they've been doing it third person, and first person's only been for the newer titles. But yeah, I would say, let me get to the part where you can see some of the bigger footage. I saw when that V was, I was like, okay, they're gonna do Resident Evil 5, but it's like 5 like the Roman numerals. And then I realized, wait, no, they would have just done the number 5, and it's Resident Evil Code Veronica, but they're just calling it Resident Evil Veronica. And it is also cool because it's technically like the 5th remake entry, or like the 5th entry to play chronologically. So yeah, I know a lot of people are very excited about that. I am definitely one of those people. Looks great. Can't wait to see a proper trailer with gameplay eventually. But yeah, the next reveal we got at Summer Games Fest was also a very big, long-awaited reveal. Studio MDHR, who worked on Cuphead, announced a brand new Cuphead game was in the work, but until that gets officially revealed with its hand-drawn style, we got the announcement of Mighty Cuphead Adventure, a arcade/NES style 2D platformer, or like 2D shooting platformer, releasing at some point in the future for modern consoles, PC, and it says 8-bit system. I'm guessing we're gonna see a Sega Master System port on cartridge, which would be really cool. Right? I think Master System was before Genesis, correct, Shaun?
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean,
Looks neat. Could have been a tweet though.
yeah, but again, they wanted to smooth things over since they didn't have any gameplay footage of the hand-drawn Cuphead sequel. But I am very curious about that and what we will see eventually whenever that gets properly announced. Next, something that I'm very much looking forward to that got announced not too long ago, and that is Alien Isolation 2 coming to us from 20th Century Games, published by Sega. I am a huge fan of the first Alien Isolation. That is still to this day one of the best visually looking games I've ever played, even so much so on the Switch. It runs the best on Switch somehow, besides the PC. But yeah, I'm very excited to see how this is. I'm a very big fan of the Alien movies myself, so I'm curious to see how much they can improve on the already really, really good Alien Isolation 1. That game is going to be coming out on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC with a to-be announced release date. Again, probably sometime in 2027, if not February, probably somewhere in the summer. But yeah, what did y'all think of this?
Don't care, horror game.
It looks pretty, but like this trailer, it doesn't tell me like what's gonna be different, like what it's really adding, what it's like doing to differ itself from the original. Apart from, oh, we're in wet forest, we're outside a ship now.
I was gonna say, yeah, because the first game was entirely on a ship, which very much added to
Yeah.
the horror aspect of it. So we'll see how this
But
one
like,
goes.
you're not. I don't know. The trailer just doesn't really give us much. I don't know what to be excited for that's different from the first. Like,
But yeah,
yep, it's Alien Isolation. Cool.
the game is available to be wishlisted right now, though, on PS5, Xbox Series, Steam, and Nintendo Switch 2, actually, as we were talking about the Switch port. So yeah, that is pretty cool. Can't wait to play that. It is something that is going to be on my radar for sure. Next, we got the reveal of a game called Gen Atlas, coming to us from developer. Oh wait, this is from the Eco and Shadow Colossus developers. This is from Fumito Ueda.
This is what I'm hyped for.
Here we go. So yeah, this is coming from the creator of Eco and Shadow of the Colossus, where you play. It's a game built around climbing and forming enormous robots, as we know with Shadow of the Colossus. And the debut footage carries this like striking atmosphere apparently, and a quiet intensity that you would expect from the Shadow of the Colossus and Eco developer. TBA release date as of right now. But yeah,
I am kind of excited for that because Shadow of the Colossus is dope.
yeah,
Looks neat. It invokes like all the same vibes. Only issue is a lot of the gameplay footage we got was in like 12 FPS.
So yeah, very very
I don't
early
know if
work in
that was
progress.
that could be a stream problem though. I don't know.
But yeah, Here, let me just get to the release. So yeah, it's going to be coming to no Steam for some reason, but Epic Game Store,
Really?
PS5, and Xbox Series. Yeah, it's coming to Epic Games.
Oh, game's dead. They just killed it.
I mean, again, I could be wrong. I'll check on Steam in a second. The thing is, though, the next trailer I want to talk about is something that got very, very, very talked about. It's a game that is coming out now, confirmed to be releasing on January 7th. Or no, not January 7th, sorry, January 1st. We're starting the year off with this game, and that is Stranger Than Heaven, a prequel set 100 years before the events of Yakuza, where we get to see the creation of the Tojo clan, the head clan in Yakuza. Everything about this game has already been looking really, really good. A big thing that people knew about it before this trailer was that Snoop Dogg was going to be a big part of the game, and it's like this jazz-inflected style. The combat also is really, really unique when it comes to how Yakuza does their combat, with the bumpers and triggers being for each arm and leg, which, you know, we'll see how that works for the gameplay. I'm curious to see how it is. The
This
big
is fully
thing,
manual.
yes, the big thing though that got people talking about this trailer. I'm just gonna jump to it right now. Tupac. I kid you not. Tupac is going to be in this game. Or sorry, it's coming out January 15th. But yeah, Tupac has been confirmed to be part of the game. Snoop Dogg has gotten approval from both whatever assets Death Row Records own, as well as the Tupac estate. Additionally, Ryuga Gotoku and Sega have come out and confirmed that there will be no use of AI whatsoever in his likeness. They did say in his likeness, though. I'm not sure if it'll be his likeness and his voice. I'm really hoping it's not his voice, and I hope they just like find somebody.
I mean, like, they did really good with, like, Cars 3, I believe it was, when the voice actor for Doc Hudson died, so it's definitely possible. But I'm just like, it'd be really funny for him to start singing or, like, screaming, or, like, changing octaves while just talking, like, hey, guys, how are you doing today? Like, just going up and down the whole time with old
It's like
clips of him
spliced together like
talking.
a YouTube poop.
Yeah.
People who are mad at it, clearly. I have a tweet here. That'd be quite funny. You can pull it up on stream.
Let me check. People complaining about Tupac and Stranger Than Heaven really proving they never listen to his music. After I die, please wait 30 years, then use future technology to digitally recreate my yeah, Tupac never died. He was just hiding in Japan this whole time. Yeah. But yeah, I'm very excited for it. The game releases January 15th on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series. Pre-orders are now officially live, with a digital deluxe edition available as well. But yeah, as a big Yakuza fan, I am very curious about how they're gonna go. I really don't want them to have this be a Daidoji game. If you're a Yakuza fan, you know what I'm talking about. But we'll see. And again, there's a very good chance, but only time will tell. Next, we got a reveal of Dead Astronaut's next sci-fi project called Hey X, or Haex, Hikes, AX, I don't know. But yeah, I guess you're traveling across a world where there's aliens and stuff. It is a first-person
Nothing,
shooter.
bro. Nothing. I get nothing. I don't know what this game is. Like,
Far Cry, but aliens.
this could be any game. I don't know what this
The
is.
finals, lit.
I was just about to say the finals. I was just
The
about to
finals.
say. Yeah, this is a finals expansion.
I get nothing. And then the developers come in, it's like, we're super excited to show this game, you know, like, did
Show us
you?
what?
Show us what you just show, like, okay, cube stuff, like the
Fortnite.
parkour thing.
Kevin the Cube.
Fortnite. Yeah, like, what is the game? What am I doing? What, like, I don't know if this could be a battle royale, this could be extraction shooter, this could be a co-op, like, campaign experience. I get nothing.
Yeah. I can't even. The worst part is I can't even
what
tell
is
if this is
you-
gameplay footage or like CGI, just looking like gameplay footage.
Yeah, like that too. Like, there's no HUD or anything.
Yeah.
God, I hate video games.
Yeah. As of right now, slated for 2027 release on PC only. Actually, as of right now, no PS5 or Xbox ports planned.
Yeah, but PS5 gets Wolverine. We get, and that's all.
We get Hey X. Yeah.
PS5, one game coming to PS5. Now, actually, forgot God of War.
Yeah.
Get God of War. Okay, but
two God of Wars.
3-minute game, for like 9-hour cutscene.
Yeah, that is, to be fair. Next we have Mortal Shell 2. Um, I have never played the first Mortal Shell, I'm not gonna lie, but I have heard some good things about the first one. It is going to be an action game where actually there is a surprise launch of an open beta apparently that came with this game.
Did you just dap him up?
Yes, dapped him up to get his powers. I will say this actually looks pretty
Oh,
solid. I
man.
wasn't able to watch basically the first hour and 45 minutes of the Summer Games Fest showcase. I was at work. But no, this looks pretty solid so
Yeah,
far.
Yeah.
looks really great. Hey, it's a Souls-like, but it's not set in Asian mythology, so
Guns?
it's
Hold
got
on.
guns. Guns? Wait, I don't
Guns.
remember
Wait,
this.
hold on. What?
Never mind. This game's peak.
This game rocks,
Is this
dude.
just Bloodborne, but like faster?
Don't. No,
If there's a gun parry, you got me. I'm sold.
that probably will be
There better be a gun parry. How to make a game a 10 out of 10? Add a
gun
gun
parry.
parry.
Yeah. But yeah, this is Mortal Shell 2. Apparently the open beta is live right now to play. No confirmed release date yet. The beta servers are out and it will be used for like testing and feedback from fans for the developers. And the full releases at some point in 2026. Yeah, it is actually I might have to check this out after the stream, I'm not gonna lie.
I got one
Yeah, that
gripe
looks no
though,
good.
like that this game is now reminding me. What is these studios like actual phobia of putting the HUD when they're showing gameplay? Where's the HUD?
They like it to look cleaner and official.
I
Yes.
guess, but like the HUD's kind of important, and it's a very good way to tell that like this is gameplay. This isn't like CGI, whatever fake gameplay.
I mean, Dead Space didn't have a HUD.
Yeah, but like your character was the HUD.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
So like that was
that's
a big
different.
gimmick with that game, but
Yeah.
like these games do have HUDs that just every studio is deathly afraid of showing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next trailer is a game
I
called
don't know.
Sand.
Minor gripe.
Next game is a trailer called from Tiny Build, who I believe. Let me just double check if this is the same people.
It probably is.
You know, so this is from the same people who did Hello Neighbor. It's very different though. It's a game called Sand Raiders of Sophie, an upcoming PvPvE extraction-focused action game where you pilot fully customizable walking mech fortresses called Tramplers across the dunes of a fallen planet. This actually looks pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, that actually does look kind of
You
cool.
can build your own like little mech fortress things.
You said extraction, and I was like, oh no. And they said mech shooter that you make yourself. Now that looks kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh,
It feels
this.
like it kind of feels like a Sea of
I was
Thieves
just about to say
almost in a way.
Sea of Thieves, but
That
just
looks
in the
kind of
desert
cool.
on a wasteland, like steampunk.
Sea of Thieves meets Dune.
Yeah, with some steampunk vibes. Um, but yeah, it is online multiplayer as well, which is good for this kind of game. But no, it looks really really cool. Releases on June 11th, 2026. I guess we'll see the platforms at the end of the trailer. As of right now, only on Steam. But the server slam is available now. Again, I'm gonna have to check that out then, because it does look really solid. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but yeah.
I
Next,
believe Matt Pat is really gonna enjoy this.
hello internet. Oh, because of the hello neighbor. But yeah, it's the
Yeah.
same publisher. This is a pretty big reveal because we got news that this game was happening like maybe a year or two ago, but we finally got some like update on it. And that is the Last Ronin game. For those who don't know, Last Ronin is a like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like spin-off comic where everyone but Michelangelo is dead, and the funny haha Ninja Turtle has to learn how to like move on in life and grieve and just live, and take
I'm really
down.
excited for this.
Yes, and the
This
big
is made
reveal
by the same
here.
people who made Nier.
Yes, this is Platinum Games. Platinum Games is making this. And they've actually done Ninja Turtle games before. They've done Mutants in Manhattan, which is like a really fun multiplayer hack and slash. But I am very excited to see how this goes since it is Platinum Games. They've done Ninja Gaiden, they've done Bayonetta, they've done Nier, they've done Devil May Cry.
They made Ninja Gaiden.
They made Transformers Devastation. This is the same people, so a lot of anticipation going into this game. But yeah, this is basically Michelangelo having to learn how to become serious and learn everything from Splinter, his brothers, Casey,
Edgelord.
April. Yeah. And he takes
No,
down this
I'm
like
really excited for it.
super powered, like even more evil Shredder. So yeah, very excited. TBA release date, but at least we got some news on it, and there is an actual developer, that being Platinum Games. I believe THQ is THQ Nordic going to be publishing it. I have to double check. I think they were originally. But yeah, Platinum Games will be developing. Very excited to see how that goes. Next game is a game called Gundam Rogue Orbit, coming to us from Bandai Namco. A new Gundam game getting released with a completely different art style than previous ones. Usually they go for a very like very stylized anime art style. This is actually leaning more towards the realism side of things, which is really cool. It launches in 2027 for PS5, Xbox Series, and PC, where you play the role of Ace Pilot REX, stepping into the cockpit of a highly mobile Gundam Helix as you join a ragtag crew of Overlook soldiers fighting to become humanity's last line of defense. I've tried getting into Gundam in the past. It's really, really cool. Again, I don't know if there's any gameplay here. Wait. Yes, there is. Ooh, this is actually pretty cool.
No HUD.
No HUD. Yeah, I was gonna say no HUD. This
This
looks
does-
like a Transformers type of game. This actually looks kind of cool.
This reminds me of like Armored Core.
Yeah.
It feels faster than Armored Core.
No,
By the look of it.
Armored Core is very fast.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't played Armored Core.
Armored Core is a very
Warper.
fast game. A very fast franchise. But yeah, no, it looks really, really good. Can't wait for that. Next, we have a very Gits and Shiggles game. I'm gonna say that so I don't curse. And that is an extremely hard game.
This trailer was awful. I had to mute this.
Why?
Oh, is
'Cause
this like Untitled Duck Game or Goose
Goose
Game?
Game.
Whatever?
I don't know. There's like, is it they had these I guess the goose or whatever were talking during the cutscene or not
Yes.
cutscene, the trailer or whatever. It was just so annoying, like actually awful.
Is this
Mhm.
just Friend Slop?
Yes.
Yeah, this is Friend Slop. This is officially announced Friend Slop at the Game Awards.
Yeah. Riding off the hype of Untitled Goose Game, I will say, because Goose.
Cool. To
Oh.
move on, it's just Friend Slop.
Yeah,
move on. There's
July
so nothing.
July 24th release date. Don't know what platform it's gonna be on. Honestly, don't really care. This isn't my cup of tea.
At least there's gameplay.
Do we talk about Crossfire?
No.
Okay, Crossfire. Upcoming shooting game. Or narrative-driven action game coming to us from veterans who've worked with Naughty Dog, Infinity Ward, and Sony Santa Monica. TBA release
this is
date.
Crossfire.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, Crossfire looks cool. I don't have a lot to say about it. It just looks cool.
Yeah. Again, no gameplay though, just straight story.
No, there was gameplay.
Oh, there was.
Yeah, with actual HUD, which
Wait,
is
what?
shocking.
Hold on. I'm really getting up on my
Okay,
shit
never
for
mind. I
this.
guess we are talking about this one.
Yeah, pre-alpha gameplay. Oh shoot. Hey, where's the HUD then? There's no
It was
HUD.
like whenever they were shooting. Like you got to see the they had this like really weird like
ADS.
third person like ADS like
Oh,
reticle,
whoa,
like that.
yeah.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, which looks really cool. Like can you go back to it really quick?
You want me to pause it?
Because I think I know what they're trying to go for is like the yeah, so like that's supposed to represent like the EOTech site and like it's like moving around or whatever. You have those little lines to like guide your reticle or whatever because you're like your hands are naturally shaky.
Mhm. That's cool.
It's a neat way of doing it.
Our
Just wait-
in-house gun expert, by the way.
Just wait till the Splatoon pros find that. Yeah. Next we got another
I need gyro aim controls.
Yeah, next we got Guild Wars 3 officially being revealed. I'm not gonna lie, I've heard of Guild Wars. I have never played Guild Wars, but
I've played Guild Wars. It's pretty fun, but it's fun.
Hated this this trailer is everything I hate. Everything I hate. This is the most generic, nothing trailer I have ever seen in my entire. You know that one video like put the square in the square hole. You're saying nothing. You're saying nothing. This voiceover says nothing to me. This art, these like whatever details, what this is nothing. I get this. This is the most generic art style I've ever seen in my entire life. What is this? What is this shot? What is this? Where's the gameplay? This is the most nothing trailer I've seen in my entire life. I hate it. I've never wanted to not play a game more in my entire life because of how much I hated this goddamn trailer.
So you excited for Guild Wars 3, Shaun?
No.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
I think you made me take notes while we were watching this live, and I think
did.
even in the notes, I wrote how much I hated this trailer. Like, I got mad, dude. I'm sorry. I gotta calm down.
It's
I'm
okay.
gonna go smoke a cigarette.
Oh my goodness. Anyways,
We're the professional game reviewers. We're professional, and we only give objective takes. We give you the game news. The way the news is presented.
to be announced release date beta in 2027. Check it out if you're interested. Clearly Shaun is not, but that's okay.
It's okay. You can be excited.
You could be excited. He isn't.
okay,
Guild Wars 2
buddy.
was fine. It wasn't anything to write home about. I mean, I might try it.
We got a new trailer on Star Wars Galactic Racer though. Did we show this one?
Star Wars Burnout looks cool. Like it. It looks.
Let me see
really
it. I haven't
bad.
seen this.
I'll just hear. I'll play it for us, but I won't put it on the stream.
I love the sense of speed, and I love.
Actually,
that
wait, hold on. I haven't seen this. That actually looks kind of good. Because if you could have played like the old school Star Wars Pod Racer, that game was so good.
Racer, yes.
That game was so good, and this actually kind of looks sick. Granted, they haven't shown anything. Why is he walking? That better.
Oh no, they've shown
cinematic,
gameplay
not
before, but
gameplay.
this is more so. This is they have come out to say that this is a like intentionally story focused trailer. So.
Okay, but I mean that does seem kind of cool.
Before.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot.
And
of
even
gameplay.
this has like some intercut gameplay without HUD.
As a big Star Wars degenerate, this actually looks kind of cool.
Yep.
Oh
so,
yeah, no, this actually looks really cool. I like
very
it.
solid. And this is the Burnout devs as well, actually. Since you said Burnout.
Oh, so that's why it's literally just Burnout, like the crashing into each other and the slow down with it. Like
this is the Burnout devs.
It's so Burnout.
Okay. Yeah, no, that seems really cool.
That looks great. October 6th, 2026, another October game. Trying to stay away from the cash cow that is going to be GTA 6. Except for one game, which we will talk about later, or two games technically. End of Abyss. That's an upcoming game coming out. Horror, October 1st. Moving on. Last Harbor, zombie survival game. To be announced. Moving on. Here's one that I do want to talk about, though, because it is a big deal for a lot of people. An upcoming Sega release. A fighting game that got announced earlier this year that we hadn't really gotten a lot of news from. Except for today. It got leaked as well before, in the prior week with some gameplay footage. And that is Virtua Fighter 6, now officially titled Virtua Fighter Crossroads, coming out in 2027. Developed by Ryuga Gotoku and published by Sega. It is the next entry in the long-time running Virtua Fighter series. First time we've gotten a brand new game since Virtua Fighter 5 for the 360 and PS3. It looks really, really cool. There's going to be a full-on story mode in this game that looks really in-depth. I mean, there is a chance that even more so than Mortal Kombat X and 11, that this is going to be the best story mode in a fighting game that we ever see. Because the actual gameplay in the story mode is the traditional 3D Virtua Fighter gameplay, but more so like, I wouldn't say free roam, but it's more like easy to walk around everywhere. So yeah, this is basically for Tekken fans. This is the long-awaited Tekken 4 story mode that we've been wanting to see, but coming to us from Virtua Fighter, which actually came out before Tekken. So yeah, I personally am very excited for it. I am a big fan of the Virtua Fighter. Here, you can even see some of the gameplay mixed in. Let me get to some of the actual fighting here. Okay, there's a separate Virtua Fighter 6 trailer. But yeah, it looks really, really good. We also saw some gameplay of some legacy characters such as Akira Yuki, Wolf. There's a lot of Will Ospreay moves if you're a wrestling fan, if you know who that is. But yeah, releasing at some point in 2027, PS5, Xbox Series, PC. Looks really damn good. I'm very excited to see how Sega and Ryuga Gotoku do with this game. Next is a game called 1666 Amsterdam. Did we talk about this or no?
We are running short on time.
To say, like, honest, I mean, it looks neat. But until it didn't catch my eye. It's not my vibe.
I'll just mention it. Dark story-led third-person action adventure set in 17th century Amsterdam. Witchcraft stuff. Looks pretty cool. Release date is to be announced, but it is developed by some people who worked on Prince of Persia: Sands of Time and the first Assassin's Creed. So who knows? Maybe that interests you. Saw Genesis, an upcoming a first new Saw game in a long time. It's going to be an upcoming 3v1 multiplayer horror game set in the Saw universe in the grim aftermath of World War One, actually, before the movies ever take place. Where you work together. There's going to be a bunch of like trap-filled labyrinths and puzzles, where you even get to see an early architect of Jigsaw's philosophy. It looks really cool. Developed by Broken Mirror and Antrar Studios, published by the development team over at Bloober. That is a real development studio name. Release date is TBA. Launches first in early access with 2 locations, 2 judges, and 4 accused. But it looks pretty cool. If you're into like those licensed survival multiplayer horror games, it's definitely going to be up your alley. Looks pretty good, I will say. Yeah. Next, Lords of the Fallen 2. I believe, Shaun, have you heard of Lords of the Fallen?
Yes, but I always knew Lords of the Fallen for the original Lords of the Fallen, the one that sucked poopy stinky butt. But they did like I don't know if it was like a redo. I mean, it was basically just like a yeah we screwed up. Let's just start over,
Mhm,
and then made the other Lords of the Fallen,
mhm.
That was a
which is
very
pretty
risky
good,
scene to show.
huh?
That was a very risky scene to show right there, Omar.
Which scene?
Nah,
Don't.
Miyazaki was
I'll
having a
tell
good
you
time.
later. Don't go back to
Uh,
it. The stream's still open.
yeah, so it looks pretty good. Like the newer Lords of the Fallen, but the sequel, this one, I'm 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 not gonna lie, it looks kind of peak. I
Yeah.
can't. What we have seen looks so good, and also I'm a big sucker for the armor. Just
Yes.
that cover armor that has been everywhere. It looks so good. There's
Hmm.
nothing. There's nothing more appealing to the male fantasy than just really cool knight armor.
Yeah. God, there's still so much to talk about in the show.
We have
Star.
to speed run out.
Okay. I'm just not gonna show except for the except for the last 4 things. I'm not gonna show any gameplay, so I'm very sorry, but we do have to speed this up. Star Wars Zero Company is an upcoming game that made its debut. It's going to be an XCOM style game, but with Star Wars, so it's a turn-based strategy game. The footage also did confirm that Anakin Skywalker will be a character in the game. It releases August
What's it called?
27th. Star
I
Wars
know what
Zero
they're
Company.
do.
Next, we got a
Gotta
trailer
get
for.
that.
Next, we got a trailer for a game called The Blood of Dawnwalker, an open-world dark fantasy action RPG set in 14th century Europe, where bloody conflict and the Black Death create the perfect moment for vampires and other creatures of the night to emerge from the shadows. Released September 3rd on main platforms. It's powered completely in Unreal Engine. Looks pretty cool. Next, Among Us. The Paramount Plus series that had been long talked about all of a sudden got shadow dropped the day of Summer Games Fest, as well as a brand new game called Among Us Story On Guard. A story standalone based Among Us game, which is very interesting. To be announced release date. Next, we got a game called Ion 2, NCSoft's next entry in the Ion franchise, positioned as a large-scale online RPG built on Unreal Engine 5 and set in the same universe as the original game, but taking place long before its events. It's going to be a reimagining of the series' core ideas with a focus on massive open-world exploration, faction conflict, large-scale battles, along with a renewed emphasis on aerial movement and combat. Looks pretty cool. Releases September 2026. Next, we have a big one for me, at least, Monster Hunter Wilds Ascendance, the proper full-on story expansion for this generation's Monster Hunter. It's to be expected with all the current Monster Hunter since Wild, as we got Iceborne with Wild, we got Sunbreak with Rise, and now we're getting Ascendance with Wilds. Or sorry, we got Iceborne with World, I meant, not Wilds. But yeah, it looks really, really cool. It's slated to release at some point in 2027, alongside the upcoming title updates that have been releasing for the game that have been helped optimizing on PC as well. It has been running actually pretty good on PC lately, so I do recommend checking it out when it's on sale. Additionally, we will get back to Monster Hunter Wilds later with another talking point. Next, we got Sword of Legends, an upcoming Asian mythology Souls-like favorite for Shaun, of course. Built on Unreal Engine to be announced release date. Hot Wheels Infinite Rush, revealed at Summer Games Fest, released September 24th. It is the next Hot Wheels racing game. It looks pretty cool. There's already been previously 2 Hot Wheel Unleashed games that have been pretty fun, apparently, according to some people. Not anything to write home about, though. Next, coming from Koei Tecmo. Oh, wait, let me release date. Release date September 24th for Hot Wheels. Attack on Titan 3, the next Attack on Titan game coming from the pretty okay Koei Tecmo games. It will be covering the entire anime this time because now that the entire anime has been finished, as well
From
as
start to finish?
from start to finish, as well as remastering a bunch of the cutscenes from the previous 2 Attack on Titan games that the anime covered. But yeah, to be announced release date, but it does seem to be the best visually looking from the game so far. Clutch, an upcoming cinematic open world action driving game set across the French Riviera where professional motorsport and underground street racing collide. Developed by Maverick Games, releases in 2027 at some point. Pretty cool trailer as well.
I'm
Um,
excited for that AOT game. Sorry, I just had to put that in there.
No, you're
That if
good.
it's from beginning to end, I might actually get it. It says it is, so I might actually get that.
Yeah. Next, Chronicles Medieval, a sprawling, dynamic medieval sandbox set in a brutal yet beautiful vision of European history where you rise from nothing to carve out a legacy through warfare, diplomacy, and ambition, developed by Ramp Power Games. Releases at some point this year on all major platforms except for Nintendo Switch. Pal World, officially breaking away from its early access and getting a 1.0 release on July 10th. Yeah, that is a pretty big reveal. I haven't played
Nice.
Power personally, but it is on my radar to play it at some point. Looks pretty cool. But yeah. All right, here we go. The last 4 reveals. I will be actually showing the trailers for this. First of all, we finally got a new look in game of the upcoming Telltale sequel, The Wolf Among Us 2, which has been in development for years and has been constantly stated that yeah, no, it's coming, it's coming. Now with an official slate of 2027, along with it later this year, a remaster of the first Wolf Among Us game is going to be coming out in preparation for Wolf Among Us 2, which is really funny because I just bought the first Wolf Among Us like 2 days ago for like $5 on Steam. So I'm probably gonna replay that, or not replay. I'm probably gonna play it for the first time soon because I am very interested in it. But yeah, if you're a fan of Telltale Games, this is like one of their own. No, this isn't an original thing. It's based off of a indie comic book series. It is really really cool. I've heard great things about the first game. So if Telltale Games or like Dispatch, if you played that recently, is something that intrigues you, this is definitely something I would recommend to look out for. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Wolf Among Us 2?
I never
The
played it. I've heard good things about it, but I've never played it.
never in a million years would I expect to see another Telltale game. I thought they were gone, like just actually done.
Yeah. But no, this
So
is
that
a
I actually thought they
very
were done too,
welcome
honestly.
surprise. Okay, I say welcome, but like I don't know if they're gonna fix their issues because like the biggest issue with Telltale was always that well apart from overextension was that a lot of what would happen is the game would come out the like a YouTuber or whatever would play it and then the like person watching wouldn't buy the game because you just watched the YouTuber play it and got the full story so like that was always their like biggest issue but whatever it's nice.
Yeah, it is cool to see them back though, especially for this. Hold on, let me just double check something real quick. Next we got a sequel that a lot of people were not expecting to be shown off, and that is Stellar Blade getting a sequel in Stellar Blade Blood Rain. We just got a story trailer as well as some pretty cool gameplay. I'll just cut to the gameplay.
I'm excited for this.
Yeah, no, it looks great. I didn't realize it was Stellar
I
Blade until the title at the very end.
Yeah, like I mean, I didn't play Stellar Blade because it was either like at the time it was either between buying Stellar Blade or buying Nier Automata while it was on sale,
Mhm.
and I went with Nier, definitely the better decision.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've heard great things about Stellar Blade, and this game looks like it's going to be the same kind of high action hack and slash fun game. Um, I did see a couple things online that I do kind of agree with, and it's might be controversial for some people. But I'm just gonna say that I kind of agree with what people are saying that they kind of did make her look like a kid, which is a little concerning.
He
But
looks
I
like
mean,
13. I
yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't I don't know how to feel about that one. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, this shot here. I'm like, dude.
But I mean, the gameplay looks
Ugh.
fun, just like high action. The electricity powers look cool. I'm a sucker for
yeah.
electricity
It's a lot more
powers.
hand to hand in this game too, which I think is really sick. I love melee combat in an
Yeah,
action game. But
yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
Stellar Blade Blood Rain officially announced. It is likely, so no, it is TBA and no platforms have been announced for the game so far, but It is definitely very likely that it is coming to PlayStation 5 since the first game was a PS4 exclusive for a while. And a PC release is also likely to be happening as well because the game was never said to be PlayStation Studios in the trailer whatsoever. So this might be what was his name? This might be Shift Up's own individual release, which hopefully will be pretty cool. Maybe we'll see an Xbox port as well with that. But yeah, the second to last trailer, which leads into the first, Street Fighter 6 is entering its 4th year next year, which is huge. Can't believe that game is already 3 years old. There has been a bunch of leaks going about it within the past couple of months, which unfortunately none of which, except for one major character who transitions into the very last announcement, was true. So the big controversy with this season is that the first 3 characters revealed are all characters that are like create a character people in the story mode, which hopefully that means we do get like new movesets, and I am very happy that at least we are finally getting some brand new characters to this game for the first time since the first season of DLC with the character Aki. But the big thing that I want to talk about, and you will see here with this part with Ingrid, who's like the god of Capcom. Oh, you'll see right here. Another guest character is joining, but probably the biggest one. That is Tifa from Final Fantasy VII is joining Street Fighter
Oh,
6.
okay.
Which that was leaked beforehand. A lot of people were like, "Oh, that's impossible. That's not going to happen." But no, Tifa is joining Street Fighter, which is weird. And I know a lot of people, including myself, were kind of hoping she would be in Tekken. But it is really cool that she is going to be in any major fighting game in any capacity, especially something like Street Fighter. But yeah, Street Fighter 6 obviously is available now. I know there is a sale going on Steam for the game as well as the first 2. I think even the first 3 seasons of DLC. It is a great time. I don't know if y'all are into Street Fighter at all or the Final Fantasy, but yeah. Speaking of the very last trailer, which was also to be expected as we were getting a bunch of developer updates over the past couple of months, we finally got the reveal trailer for the last part of the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy, titled officially Final Fantasy VII Revelation. This is going to be the finale. This is it. This is the last game in that remake
It's the
trilogy.
Final Fantasy.
It is the Final Fantasy of Final Fantasy VII Remake, yes. The remake project is going to conclude with this, where we see the final battle against Sephiroth, which I cannot wait to see how that looks with the remake art style. I'm just going to cut to the gameplay really quick. Not that this looks bad at all, because, my god, this looks beautiful. We also got the reveal that 2 new characters are going to be part of this game, now that it is the final act, including the very popular Vincent Valentine, voiced by Matthew Mercer, actually, as well, which they made a big deal of that in the Game Awards showcase. They did also show that this game is going to be kind of, or not kind of, it is actually going to be open world, in the sense that the environments from the original Final Fantasy VII will be able to be fast traveled and access to using the ship from the last act of the game, and you can just travel from point to point, which I think is honestly really cool. Another big reveal that coming from the Game Awards trailer. So usually with the Final Fantasy VII Remake games, they'll launch exclusively for a little bit as on PlayStation, then they come to PC, and then they come to Xbox and whatever other consoles. And now that the Switch exists, the Switch 2 exists. They did that with Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth. The big thing with this game is releasing simultaneously on all platforms, which means in spring of 2027, you can play this game on PC, PS5, Xbox Series, and Nintendo Switch 2, which is huge considering that this was.
You know what game you can't do that with?
Wolverine.
Yes.
But yeah, Final Fantasy VII Revelation releases spring of 2027. I cannot wait for this. I'm a very big Final Fantasy VII fan. I absolutely adore what they did with Remake and Rebirth. And I'm very curious to see how they're going to go about this last act and if they're going to change anything like they have been for the past 2 games. So yeah, spring 2027. No pre-orders live as of right now, but you can wishlist the game. I am very excited for Revelation. Again, don't know if y'all are into Final Fantasy VII. I would honestly recommend, though, to anyone watching and even to y'all too, if you are ever debating on getting into Final Fantasy in general, the 7 Remake trilogy is a good way to start off. It's like a real-time action RPG. It's a great, beautiful music, beautiful visuals, beautiful story. Would highly recommend it, and I cannot wait. So yeah.
Cool. I never played Final Fantasy.
I've played the first one on the NES.
Yeah. Like, awesome. That's better than most people. Most people have never played that one.
Awesome.
All right. The very, very last showcase we have to talk about in terms of the ones that happened this past week. Do we show gameplay for the major titles or no? Because there's a lot of these that are considered major titles.
Yeah, there's a lot. Only the ones like that we have things to say about.
Only the really
Just like
big ones because we've already elapsed time.
I'm not gonna lie.
we're which is a shame because oh my god, the Xbox showcase was so good. I can't even. It was the only good showcase.
I'm gonna.
That was like
I'm just gonna
solid throughout.
spoil. I'm just gonna spoil 3 of them. Do you want to just show the trailers for Persona 4, Persona 6, and Crazy Taxi? Because I feel like those are the ones that we have the most to talk about.
And Fable.
And Fable, do you want to do that? Because I feel like Fable was just a story trailer.
Yeah, but they announced an official release date.
I mean, if you want me to talk.
Oh yeah, we
for
talked about it last
20
week.
minutes, I can talk about Metro. Because
Yeah, let Shaun have Metro.
Yeah,
He's
we'll do
been
Metro.
wanting to
Okay,
talk
then we'll
about
show the
Metro.
trailers for Fable, Metro, Persona 4, Persona 6, and Crazy Taxi. But the Xbox showcase was yesterday morning, but they did also show off a Gears of War E-Day Direct. That being said, the Gears of War E-Day was actually the first trailer that was shown with raw gameplay for most of it. And I will say, from all the showcases this past week, me and Shaun both collectively agreed that the Xbox showcase was the best for one very simple reason. And they actually showed gameplay for a lot of it, including a lot of it showing the UI, which is really, really appreciated.
I told you the new CEO, she's cooking.
She is. But yeah, so Gears of War E-Day, it's going to be launching as a console exclusive on Xbox Series X and S. There's no longer the PS5 port happening. It is still coming. It is still coming to PC though. It is releasing October 6th. Pre-orders are live right now. But yeah, it is set 14 years before the very first Gears of War, where you play as Marcus Phoenix and others in the new Bravo Squad as they deal with the very first Locust Emergence Day. It looks really, really
excited
cool.
for that.
Me too. It looks pretty solid. Hopefully it looks more solid than the remaster of the remake of the first Gears of War, where the controls felt really clunky, but visually it looked really good. Next, we got, as we mentioned last week, Fable got delayed to February of 2027, but we got an official proper pre-order released and a official proper release date for February 23rd of 2027. We got a brand new story trailer with some snippets of gameplay here and there. I will say, something I realized though is that Haley Atwell is in this trailer. If you don't know who Haley Atwell is, she's the lady right here. If you've ever watched any of the Marvel movies, if you know Peggy Carter, Captain America's love interest, that's her.
Oh, that's her?
Yeah, that's Haley Atwell.
I thought she was familiar.
Yeah, that's why I actually realized it too. I was just like, she seems like I know her. But yeah.
I'm
is she gonna be
excited.
the main protagonist?
There is a chance.
Because I'm wondering if they actually.
Oh no, she's the villain. Haley Atwell's the villain. This is Isabella.
Yeah,
Marsh.
You kind of play your own character in Fable.
Yeah. Really? Okay, because there was a big discourse about the like female lead of like the older trailers looking horrible, looking ugly. And everybody got mad at it. Calling it woke.
Yeah, so
yeah, I mean,
if they went back on, I'd be shocked. So
I'm excited for the new Fable, man. I'm like, it's been so long since the last Fable games.
Yes, it has. It's been like well over a decade. But yeah, they also confirmed that the antagonist of the first Fable, Jack of Blades, is going to be back in this game. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and we also got some new gameplay, as I mentioned before. And it is going to be releasing on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC February 23rd, 2027, with pre-orders available now, finally. So yeah, it seems like February 23rd is going to be the set release date, so Xbox and Microsoft can take their time with whatever they have left to develop for the game. But yeah. Next, we got a brand new trailer for Halo Campaign Evolved, the remake of the very first Halo. Officially releasing July 28th of this year. Pre-orders available now. It is also releasing on PS5 as well as Xbox Series X and S and PC. We got some gameplay footage of a prequel mission called Operation Meteorite, a 3-mission story arc set before Combat Evolved that follows Master Chief and Sergeant Johnson. And there is a base and premium edition of the game available for pre-order. What were y'all thoughts? I know, Shaun, you were mad that they put sprinting in the game because it is a modern release.
I mean, I don't remember seeing sprint in the latest trailer. Maybe they were just trying to hide it. I don't know if they got rid of it. I don't think they would. But if it's got sprint, L.
Yeah.
Oh, the music. Sorry, I had to pull up the trailer for a second.
Yeah, no, the music was great. The music is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's original Halo, dude.
Yeah. Next, we got the release, the announcement of Resonance, a Plague Tale Legacy, a third-person action-adventure game set in the universe of Plague Tale and Plague Tale Requiem, releasing August 27th.
What's it called?
Resonance, a Plague Tale Legacy.
Oh, okay.
Releases August 27th, 2026 on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC. Where you control Sophia the Buccaneer from A Plague Tale Requiem in this action-oriented prequel to that game. Next, something that got rated beforehand and also key art for it got leaked just a couple hours before the showcase, and that is the long-awaited proper trailer for Persona 4 Revival, the from-the-ground-up remake of Persona 4 in the same vein as Persona 3 Reloaded. I will say, from a remake point of view, this looks way better than Persona 3 Revival. Looks a lot more stylized and true to the original while being put in a modern light. Visually, it also looks a lot better than the first trailer they showed that was very early in the development. I cannot wait for this personally. There was a new song playing in the background of the trailer that, just like Persona 3 Revival, there's going to be new music with the remade OST. I really hope the remade OST in this one is a lot more true to the original. I know that was a big gripe I personally had, as well as some other people, with Persona 3 Reloaded. Persona 3 Reloaded. But yeah, Persona 4 Revival looks great. Releases February 27th. Pre-orders are currently live on Xbox Series with PC and PS5 to be announced at some point. However, there is confirmed to be on June 18th a special showcase from Atlas covering more footage on the game. Pre-orders for PS5 and PC, potentially a Switch port unless that gets announced, and something we will be talking about later that got announced this morning. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Persona 4 Revival?
I don't follow Persona,
Mhm.
unfortunately.
No.
I would recommend this
Not a
one to
fan.
y'all though. It is a very good game. Wait.
Also, hi there in chat. I'm Toast.
Hello. I know exactly who that is. Hello. Welcome to the podcast. But yeah. All right. Next, after Persona 4, we got State of Decay 3 coming to Xbox, PC, and PS5 in 2027. We got a new gameplay look at that. It's a co-op zombie action game. Not really much to be said about that personally. But yeah. What did y'all think?
Sorry, which one?
State of Decay 3.
I'm with Ibrahim.
Yeah. We can just move on to
Which
that.
game?
Basically,
That was pretty
I just
forgettable.
didn't hear what he
to
said.
Uh,
But yeah, no, I don't.
basically another co-op zombie action game coming out in 2027 for all major platforms.
just what we need.
Yep.
Yes,
I
Hill,
need
Resident
another one.
Evil, Silent Hill, a couple other things. Let's throw another one in there, sure.
I need more. I need more. Not enough.
Not enough. Not at all.
Not enough co-op zombie survival games out there.
But yeah, I will say this next trailer was very interesting. We got an update on Sea of Thieves and their 20th season of the pirate multiplayer game that is a custom sea mode where you can host multi-crew hangouts, concoct multiplayer modes, and there's an in-game free camera which you can use to like make your own story or videos, which I thought was pretty cool. Basically, Mario Maker but Sea of Thieves. It looks pretty cool for the most part. I believe it is either already out or releases at some point in June this month, or in July. But yeah. Next, we got Bad Magpie, a game that looks very much inspired by Untitled Goose Game, where you play as a magpie with one wing, a missing flock, and an unhealthy obsession with a fallen star, where you basically just cause chaos as a magpie. I will say it was really funny because me and Shaun noticed at the end of the trailer this game is funded by the UK government. For some reason. Don't know why.
Probably for like awareness on magpies or something.
Maybe.
UK, I'm sorry, you gotta stay out of the games industry. I'm sorry. It's been rough for you in the game space as of late.
Yeah.
I think it's best if you stick to movies.
Yeah, this game releases at some point in 2027. Next, we got Wolong 2 Wings of Ember, another Chinese mythology action hack and slash game or Souls-like, releasing on PS5, Xbox Series, Switch 2, and PC in 2027. And it's a follow-up to 2023's pretty good Wolong Fallen Dynasty. And however, there is a new Phoenix ability, but its mechanics are still a mystery. I don't know if Sean's gonna be interested in that one. He does.
Sean just muted. He's probably just screaming right now.
No, I'm eating.
Oh my god.
I've been chewing on some wasabi peas,
Ooh.
and I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to be loud.
Yeah.
So people can hear about the very cool and interesting games we're all very excited for.
Mm-hmm. Next, I will say is something that is something pretty interesting, and that is a game called Join Us, where you as well as 3 other players in online co-op can basically build your own cult and recruit followers, build your compound, customize your cult's belief, and defeat enemies. Sometimes you might even have to fight your own cult. if they turn on you in this open world survival experience. No release date or release window as of right now. It is still TBD, but it is coming out on Xbox Series and PC. Next, we got the third entry in the Hellblade universe, a game simply called Senua, where you follow Senua, the protagonist of Hellblade. And it's a very different style of game. It's not going to be just like Hellblade, where it's like solely story-based and action, but it's more so an action adventure, which hopefully that will be pretty cool. Releases at some point in 2027 on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. But yeah, next we got an announcement of a DLC expansion for Doom: The Dark Ages. It's called Doom: The Dark Ages Revelations, another Revelations title. Releases July 7th, where basically the Doom Slayer is wounded and betrayed. There's a new weapon, which is like a glowing javelin that seemingly replaces the Slayer's shield. Additionally, the music actually sounds pretty good, which apparently according to Shaun, the music in Doom: The Dark Ages was unfortunately a bit lackluster compared to 2016 and Doom Eternal, just because Mick Gordon was not a part of the soundtrack. However, the music in the trailer,
Poor fella.
yeah, the music in the trailer though did sound pretty good. So we'll see how that fares. The expansion releases July 7th on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC on everywhere that Doom is available. We'll probably get a Nintendo Switch release date for Nintendo Switch 2, and something we'll talk about later. Next, a trailer that I have to show this. Me and Shaun popped like crazy for this. I have never yelled, or not I've never yelled. I haven't yelled for a game trailer for this in such a long time like this. I mean, except for Final Fantasy, but I was at work, so I couldn't really yell when I watched that for Revelation. And that is Crazy Taxi World Tour. We finally got news on the Crazy Taxi game that was confirmed a couple of years ago. Officially titled World Tour. Hold on, I have to play it just for a second.
Yeah.
Yep, they brought it back. A brand new Crazy Taxi game is coming in 2027 to PS5, Xbox Series, PC, and Nintendo Switch 2. It is not a remake or a remaster, but you will be playing once again as Axel, who this time around is chasing down a mysterious masked villain who stole your beloved taxi cab. It does seem to be a lot more in depth. Doesn't really seem to be open world, which I know Shaun and I were both very scared of it falling under the AAA open world following. But yeah.
Actually, I got some gameplay here. If you wanna take a look by 4Gamer.
Gameplay, like proper
Gameplay.
oh shit.
Real gameplay. Yeah, I know. A rarity in today's market.
Well, no, I mean like this soon after the trailer. Jeez. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Am I good to play the
So-
music? I'm gonna mute the music just in case.
Just in case,
Yeah.
man.
I think it is the Offspring.
Yeah, it is. It
but-
has at the bottom left.
Oh, change the
okay.
world. Nice. Okay, so that's
Change the-
cool.
Oh,
This
yo.
looks really good.
Yeah, like it looks like a good time.
It looks like it's everything it needs to be. It's Crazy Taxi in 2026.
Yeah, you still got the
Just don't make it $70.
Oh, buddy. You wait.
I don't know why this I'm gonna go back a little bit. This reminded me of a City Escape from Sonic Adventure 2.
I'm pretty sure it like there actually is a space in the original game. I'm pretty sure is actually used in
Sonic
City
Adventure?
Escape, like
Yeah.
the yeah, like the downhill bit. I'm pretty sure is just straight up like ripped for it in
Yeah.
SA2. Maybe I'm not sure.
But no, this looks really damn good. I'm not gonna lie. I am definitely. There's not a lot of games where I'm like, oh, I'm for sure pre-ordering this. Crazy Taxi is 100% gonna be one of those. It's just too cool. Yeah. Next, we got the reveal of a limited edition, like translucent green Xbox 25th anniversary limited edition Xbox Series X console.
Series X25.
Yes, Series X25 is what it's
greenest.
called. Yes, the translucent green shell.
Dude, this
Launching in November.
CEO, I don't know if it's because of her or not, but if it is, she knows what she's doing. Like, bro, they're banking on the nostalgia. Like, yes, and it looks so good. And they have like the old school logo on the back of the controller and stuff too. It looks cool.
Yeah. Next we have Age of Empires 4 Anniversary Edition launching this fall. That's all I'm gonna say. It's an RTS or like this one of those city builder things. If you're into Age of Empires, cool. Next, we got Minecraft Dungeons 2 announced, releasing September 29th for PS5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo Switch 1 as well, and PC. It's another Minecraft Dungeons. It looks just like the first one. Not necessarily a bad thing if you're into it. Cool. It's coming out in September. But yeah, Next, we got a game called Magicians: The Devil's Deal, a first-person action game with hints of Dishonored, releasing in 2027 exclusively on Xbox Series and PC, where you play as a spellcaster who performs tricks with a white-tipped wand, a deck of cards, and maybe a rabbit stuffed top hat. It looks very much like Dishonored. Seems really cool. Next is a game I know you were excited about, Shaun, or like you've heard of, called Valor Mortis. Another great looking game. Yes, another great looking game launching September 24th on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. A first-person Souls-like set during the Napoleonic Wars, being developed by the studios behind the Ghost Runner series. Oh wait, this is the Ghost Runner devs?
Yes.
Interesting.
It looks really cool, but I'm gonna be honest with you. 95% of the reason I got so excited was because of the Napoleonic like aesthetic,
Mm-hmm.
which it's just very unique. It's super unique, and you know it's also got this like the body horror monsters whatever. I keep forgetting the name of the artist or the writer. H.P. Lovecraft, like
Yes.
Lovecraftian like
Yeah.
monsters. Yeah, like whole thing, right? Reminds me a lot of like I was gonna say Bloodborne, but now I think about it, anyway, it's just like that Souls style, set in the Napoleonic Wars, which is so cool, and it's got like this. It looks so much like BioShock, but like it's got like parrying and like this awesome melee looking combat. Like it just looks like a good time. I downloaded the demo. I am gonna play it and see
Nice.
if it's as peak as I want it to be.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next we have a lot of expansions to talk about. I'm just gonna like definitely do my best to breeze over these. Elder Scrolls Online, the Thieves Guild is coming back in a new expansion releasing July 8th everywhere. Fallout 76, there's going to be a new expansion already out now for free. Microsoft Flight Simulator gets a world update on July 4th, which adds 30 national parks and monuments from the US. Where Winds Meet is getting an Xbox port with a new Hidden Mountain expansion coming soon. But yeah, I actually do have a really quick trailer I do want to show. That is for the upcoming Castlevania Belmont's Curse, the first proper 2D Castlevania coming out in a while. I'm very excited for this. It looks really, really solid. It reminds me a lot of when Ubisoft did Prince of Persia Lost Crown a couple years ago, which was also really solid Metroidvania. A return to form for Prince of Persia. Releases October 15th officially on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC, with a Nintendo Switch version releasing at some point after that to be announced. We'll talk about when there's a chance that can be announced. It's set 20. I actually just found this out right now. It's set 23 years before Castlevania 3: Dracula's Curse on the NES. There's a completely brand new Belmont protagonist, and it's developed by Evil Empire and Motion Twin, the development team behind Dead Cells. So it is modern Metroidvania masters combined with the classic Konami style. I am very excited for this.
I wonder if they're gonna do the same thing they did with Castlevania, where the game runs completely perfectly upside down.
What do you mean?
There's a hidden Easter egg thing in it wasn't in Castlevania. I think it was in Castlevania that like you played the entire game again, but it's just the maps upside down.
Interesting. That's cool.
I think that was in Castlevania.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this. I'm very happy we're getting a brand new Castlevania in any capacity that isn't another re-release. Not that the re-releases are bad by any means, but it's been a while since we've got a new. I think it's been since like Lords of the Fallen, not Lords of the Fallen, Lord of Shadow, a couple years, like 10 years ago. But yeah, October 15th, Castlevania returns. I'm very, very happy for Belmont's Curse. I think it's gonna be a great time. Next we have a game called Vivarium. A gameplay reveal based on Studio Ghibli movies, releasing on Xbox Series and PC, where you explore a small terrarium hidden away in the sunroom of a small house somewhere in rural America. Releases 2027, but that got immediately overshadowed by a long-awaited announcement that has been teased and leaked for years. We are finally getting, I'm just gonna put it on right here. We're finally getting Persona 6. After years of constantly getting new Persona 5 related games, we are getting a brand new Persona with the long-awaited green color schemes. Since we had blue for 3, yellow for 4, red for 5, and now we're getting green for 6.
The greenest Persona.
Yes, no, 100%. But yeah, so I'm very excited. No gameplay or anything. I'm guessing it is still like just started development. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably something that is bound to be a 2028 release date, maybe even winter of 2028, considering how long it took from Persona 5's announcement to release on PS3 and PS4. So
Why
yeah,
would you announce a game that isn't coming out for 2 years?
they need big announcements for Xbox, and this is a big announcement, and it existing in any capacity is huge. So,
Yeah, I guess.
and not to mention, it's been in discussions for years, and it's been hinted at and teased by Persona and Atlas for years. Um, but it is confirmed to be coming out on Xbox Series, PS5, and PC. So yeah, I'm very excited for that. Next, we got actually I'm going to show this trailer as well. We got the announcement of a brand new Spyro game, which was actually also leaked beforehand by the same people who leaked what's it called? Rayman Legends Retold. Ibrahim is gone. All right. But yeah, it's called. We got a new Spyro game. Actually, won't show the trailer for that. But releasing spring 2027 has a lot more on-rail shooter aspects of it compared to previous Spyro games. Releasing on PS5, Xbox Series, Switch 2, and PC from Activision and Toys for Bob. Next, we got the reveal of Clockwork Revolution, a completely brand new console exclusive for Xbox in 2027, releasing on Xbox Series and PC. Which honestly reminds me a lot of Bioshock Infinite. Also feels like it should have come out around that time. We also got a new trailer ending the showcase for Modern Warfare 4. Something for some reason the document that I had wasn't on, or like I didn't have, was not Bioshock, sorry, Metro. Metro 2039 got a brand new trailer. I know Shaun, you are a very big Metro fan. If you would like to take it away, as we got a proper gameplay reveal.
Oh yeah. So not only did we get our full confirmation that Hunter is in fact going to be the villain, the main villain of this game, taking over the metro after the Spartans had left, after the events of Exodus. No spoilers, but yeah, there's no one to protect the metro, so they took over. There's gonna be a very big emphasis on the Nazis, it would appear, at least in the background or the lore of our main character. It's a very pretty trailer, a lot of eye candy, but we do get gameplay, and we
Mhm.
see a lot of returning enemies. We see a big emphasis on these amazing looking outdoor sequences.
Yes.
Like, okay,
Hold on, I
you
got.
went outside a lot.
Let me
Huh?
go to that rain shot. Like, look at this.
All right,
This
yeah,
looks
look.
good.
This is one of the best looking games I've seen in a long time. And
Mhm.
out of Metro, like, it is just
Yeah,
insane. Like, it's the environments look
and it's
so
a big jump
beautiful.
from 33 in Exodus, right?
Well,
Or
Exodus looked great. Like, if you played the enhanced edition,
mhm.
Exodus looks amazing. But I imagine they're picking like the best looking shots or whatever.
Yeah.
Like naturally, but just like everything looks good. Like the weapons look good. Like look at the bastard there. It's like just it it makes me happy, you know. And I'm really excited to see where it goes. It's going to be very story heavy. And I think that's only good because the story of these games are usually like pretty decent.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited to
It's
get more
definitely shaping
Metro.
up, in my opinion, and correct me if I'm wrong. This is shaping up to potentially be the best of the Metro games.
Maybe. Maybe. I mean, every like okay, in my opinion, I still really like Last Light. Like Exodus is really good, but I kind of it's very different
Yeah.
compared to the first two games just because of like because of where the story takes you.
Hmm. But yeah,
But yeah, it's looking great.
it looks great. It releases on February of 2027 for PS5, Xbox, and PC. February is going to be stacked. But yeah. All right. There is a bunch of other news to talk about, though. We are finally done talking about the showcases, but there is one last big showcase to be shown for the summer announcement season from the one last big video game console owner, and that is Nintendo. Over the past week, it's been debating, when are we getting a Nintendo Direct? It has officially been confirmed that tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central Standard, we are getting a Nintendo Direct followed by a Nintendo Treehouse Live, showcasing potentially one or two of the games that will be announced tomorrow. The Direct has been confirmed for 50 minutes with the Treehouse, so there's bound to be a lot of new footage. Um, there is a bunch of rumors going on right now. So a couple of months ago, around the time, like either before or after the Mario Galaxy movie came out, when it was announced that Fox McCloud from Star Fox would be a part of the movie, there was a big leak that said two things was going to happen, and we were all like, if one of them happens, I mean the other is probably bound to. The first thing was that a new Star Fox game was coming to Switch 2 in June. That has already been announced and confirmed. It is releasing June 25th in the form of Star Fox. The other thing, and this is probably the biggest thing that's going to be shown tomorrow, potentially, again, obviously take it with a grain of salt, but a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake is potentially going to be coming out in November of this year, going up against GTA 6. Shaun, what are your thoughts on that? I know you are a Zelda fan, so I'm curious what your thoughts on that would be.
Very cool.
Yes.
Okay, now it's probably a big stretch to assume this, but you know, with the 3DS, they did the remasters.
Yes.
A long time ago, they did Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask,
Mhm.
and considering those games share so many of the same assets, you know, there's a big possibility you might get Majora's Mask as well.
I feel like,
That's even
oh,
if this happens.
yeah.
That's even if this happens at all, which like I would be shocked because Nintendo is not ones for remakes. Like the only one we got is a remaster of Metroid Prime, which is like Metroid's always been its own thing, but Zelda is one of their like biggest series, you know.
Yeah.
Like they wouldn't. There's did nothing on a remake of Mario 64. You think that'd be kind of like a no-brainer? Who knows? This might be the start of something. Maybe they
Maybe.
want to shift to that.
Maybe, I mean,
Um,
considering Star Fox is technically a retelling slash remake of Star Fox 64, who knows? Maybe we see Nintendo start to slowly over time remake a bunch of their older games.
especially since they're running out of ideas, but that's a different
Yeah, I was
topic.
about to say, like, they might be running out of ideas.
Yeah.
Every game studio is running out of ideas. That's why they keep doing remakes.
They make Smash 4 or like Brawl and stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
no, Melee
Smash
remake.
Ultimate remake.
Oh my god. But my biggest fear with if they were to do a what's it called? A Ocarina of Time remake, if they do Majora's Mask as well, they're probably gonna charge it as DLC.
Yeah, they're gonna charge extra for it. Well,
Yeah.
this is probably already gonna be full priced. I'd be shocked if it wasn't, because Nintendo has been on Greed Central lately,
Yes, they have.
sucking as much money they can out of all of their consumers, because let's be honest, they're
Mhm.
gonna buy it anyway, and they know that.
However, I will
I
say,
love I love spineless consumerism.
since Ocarina of Time remake will be their biggest announcement, there is also something else that's been getting leaked. That is also potentially to be opening the showcase tomorrow, and that is a brand new Wario game. This is coming to us from the same leaker who accurately predicted and leaked Rayman Legends Retold and the upcoming Spyro game. So there is a very, very big likelihood that tomorrow not only do we get Ocarina of Time remade, we also get a new Wario game, which I would be very much down for. I would love a brand new Wario game that isn't WarioWare. But yeah.
Wario is peak, dude. That's the
Speaking of
best Nintendo character.
speaking
Yes.
of Nintendo and Zelda, we haven't got any updates on the movie.
We know it's
The
coming
Zelda
out in
movie.
March. I know a bunch of set pictures were leaked a while ago.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
yeah, maybe we do get a trailer for that tomorrow. But yeah.
Who knows?
All right. With that being said, that is all the showcases out of the way. Let's talk about general news, leaks, rumors, everything that we like to talk about. Starting with some news. Atari has been coming out announcing a bunch of remakes, remasters, and re-releases, starting with Toy Story. They are doing a collection and a standalone release. First of all, the Toy Story Retro Roundup, which is a bunch of older Toy Story games from the Game Boy, PS1, N64, like all of those classic titles all in one collection, including Toy Story 2 for the PS1, and Toy Story Racer, which is insane. Um, but yeah, they have been announcing a bunch of those. The biggest thing I want to talk about though from these remasters and stuff that they're doing, um, there is a very critically acclaimed game that they released 10 years ago or 10 plus years ago. Toy Story 3 is getting a full on remaster. This is
It
I
was
saw
so good.
I saw a comment say this, and I honestly agree, and I mean this in the best way possible. This is Gen Z's Battle for Bikini Bottom. This is our licensed platformer that was like unironically an absolute banger of a game that we want to see on modern platforms. Um, it looks great. I love seeing it with like modern visuals and updated textures and stuff. I actually just recently replayed it on the RPCS3 emulator. It still holds up really, really well. So I'm very excited to see this being brought to modern platforms. Um, But yeah, it is set to be coming out on literally everything: Steam, Xbox, PS5, PS4, Nintendo Switch 1, and Nintendo Switch 2. Um, it looks great. It's both the collection and Toy Story 3 is set to be released in October. Can't wait for that. Additionally, Atari also announced releasing in November, going head to head with GTA 6 for sure, is a game that I personally cannot wait for because I'm a big fan. Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee Remastered. We are getting a full-on remaster from the ground up of the old monster like arena action fighting game of the Godzilla universe. It looks great. I personally cannot wait for this. What do y'all think?
It's gonna be competing with GTA 6, which like that's not great for them. But
It's
and like
Godzilla.
another
It's
well, another thing that's not great is the fact that this is the first time hearing about this game, like the original or the remaster. So I mean, it's not gonna attract a lot of people because it's gonna get overshadowed by GTA a lot.
I mean, Godzilla has a big following, and it is starring them as well, so it
It has
does
a
have a
big cult
chance.
following. It does not have a big world-renowned following like Call of Duty, GTA,
Godzilla as a
FIFA.
franchise does though, so that alone is going to help it with sales a lot, especially considering Godzilla back then in like 2003 when this game came out was like nearing its quote unquote end when Godzilla Final Wars was about to come out. But it's 2026. We've gotten the American legendary films. We've gotten Shin Godzilla. We've gotten Godzilla minus one, and this actually comes out 3 days before minus zero. There is going to be a lot of talk about Godzilla around that time period, so might as well get a game out as well, especially something as much of a cult classic as Destroy All Monsters Melee. So I personally am very excited for this. Again, I think with something like this, it definitely sales, you know, sales will matter because Toho has stated as well that a bunch of other Godzilla games are set to come out before 2028. So who knows? Maybe Atari is remastering their entire old trilogy of games from the GameCube and PS2 era of those arena fighting games. So we'll see. Only time will tell. It is something I am very interested in. October 3rd it releases and pre-orders are available now. But yeah. Next, another game reveal that was after all these showcases, and that is Super Ukulele Kart. A this is a real thing, an upcoming racing spin-off of Ukulele coming to us from Platonic Games. This is a real thing. This exists.
Okay.
Let's see. I
Wait,
actually
here's
have
the
not
thing,
seen the
right?
trailer for this.
There's only one kart game aside from Mario Kart that did good,
Sonic
or
Racing,
not did good, but was good, and that was Garfield Racing because it had Garfield.
Garfield Kart. Oh my
Every other
god.
racing, every other kart racer is bad.
Yeah, but that was like a meme. That did
I'm
well because
also
it's a
saying
meme.
as a
I don't
meme that it was a
know.
good game. It was not that good.
Okay, who who's gonna play this? I feel like we already have too many kart racers, and it's styled after Super Mario Kart. So not
Or Mario Kart
only
64.
is
Yeah.
I like I can't think or yeah well actually it
Oh,
looks a
actually,
lot
no,
like
you're
Super
right. Yeah,
Mario.
it's like Mario
It's
Kart
like Super
64's
Yeah,
Mario
sprite.
Kart.
you have
It's
to,
Mario Kart 64 sprite work with Super Mario Kart's gameplay.
And aren't
yeah.
both of those on like the library for Nintendo Switch, like the
Online,
old game
yes, they
library?
are.
Yeah, but
Alright.
like not okay. So first of all, it's a kart or it's a mascot kart racer, which is already super oversaturated. So you know your audience on that is already lacking. But then you limit it further by the style being like as niche as it is. Like I can imagine people like there's gonna be a small fandom, but I can't imagine that's gonna do particularly well.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
looks good, but I mean you have to think about the market. I don't
Yeah.
think the market is gonna really care.
I mean, yeah, like Sony tried some, or yeah, Sony did one with Crash Bandicoot. Garfield
That
did
was
one, I
good though.
guess,
That was
Mhm.
really and that worked because it was a remake of an older game.
and the
Yeah.
older one did not do well though.
Well,
The
the
well, I don't
first
know.
the first
Okay,
game.
because it was like a remake of two games like mixed together. Because it was
Mhm.
like um, there was the PS1 Kart Racer and then the PS2 like Nitro Fueled, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was a ton of fun, and I know it did well enough to get like updates years after release. So
I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll be a breath of fresh air after Mario Kart World, you know?
Yeah. Especially after Sonic Racing as well. I mean, that game's still great. Um, but yeah,
mm,
we also got some three big announcements for Nintendo Switch 2 release ports. First of all, Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight will be coming to Nintendo Switch with its deluxe edition as well on September 18th. Additionally, Monster Hunter Wilds, I believe yesterday or after Summer Games Fest, got confirmed to be coming to Switch 2 at some point in 2027, which is also really good. RE Engine is supported on the Switch 2 and even on Switch 1, so seeing Monster Hunter Wilds come there is very good. There is one big port I do want to talk about, though, because it is terribly priced. It is so BS, I hate it. And that is Elden Ring Tarnished Edition, coming to Nintendo Switch 2 officially on August 28th. The issue with it, though, it is only the base game of Elden Ring, with a brand new Tarnished Pack cosmetic that will also be releasing on all platforms as a standalone DLC pack. For $79.99, you are paying $80 for just standalone Elden Ring and some cosmetics, where standalone Elden Ring and the entire Shadow of the Erdtree DLC is $80 on all other platforms. What, Shaun? I know you're a big Souls-like fan, especially when it comes to Elden Ring. What are your thoughts on this port?
Uh, I think Night Rain already was. I mean, you can even argue the DLC might have been the start of it, but like, I think FromSoft is going down. I
Really?
think every company, it doesn't matter, every game company always runs into the same issue of getting greedy,
Mm-hmm.
right? They do extremely well, all right? And then they do so well to the point that the suits think they can do no wrong and people will pay for it regardless. And so they start overcharging, they start doing scummy practices. Like,
Hear me out though. Are the suits wrong though?
the suits aren't wrong because people are still going to pay for it. That's why people paid as much as they did for
Black Ops didn't.
okay, yeah, COD is always going to be the best example of it, but I'm like, in terms of FromSoft, like Night Rain, I'm not gonna lie, dude, I thought Night Rain was really mid, and I know that is a controversial take, but I
Mm-hmm.
really thought like Night Rain just like was all right. It was just there wasn't a lot there, and I think they overcharged for it, and
Mm-hmm.
then they also charged for DLC that didn't even like that didn't come for like another year. And like at launch they charged for DLC that didn't come out for another year, and then there was also like pre-order bonuses and stuff on top, like on top of that. And even with the Elden Ring DLC, they were doing a pre-order bonus. I mean, it was like a dumb emote. It was like small or whatever, um, and like they could kind of get away with it because it was the DLC. But like, I think after all of it, we're gonna start seeing them getting greedier and greedier. They're gonna charge $80 for a Switch port that just comes with some extra skins.
Yeah.
Like they're already nostalgia baiting. A Night Rain was a perfect example of just nothing nostalgia baiting. There is nothing that is directly added to the game with all of the but like with all the stuff they brought back from previous games, like the bosses or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They literally, it was just reusing old assets. Like, as much as I want to say like it's cool to see these bosses like back, it's very obvious they don't work for the ganking style,
Mm-hmm.
and not enough is done with it. It's so like limited or whatever, and the costumes like exist. Oh, I get to play as I get to put a Solaire suit on. It's just reference bait. Like, it's very obvious that they weren't confident the game was going to sell well if it was just, oh, look at it, it's a roguelike Elden Ring side game that we're charging $40 for. So they're like, oh, but we're gonna put all this old stuff that remember Dark Souls. Oh, well, this character kind of plays like Sekiro. Remember Sekiro? We're not going to do anything with Bloodborne though, and Demon Souls didn't
Anything
sell
about
well enough
mentioning
to put any
Bloodborne?
references to that, so
Yikes.
we're not gonna
Yeah, that's
acknowledge
that's
that.
that's FromSoft for you.
Yeah, so like that was already the beginning of the end, and now, oh, we're gonna charge $80 so you can have the Lucatiel skin. Lucatiel. When Lucatiel of Mira showed up, I clapped. I clapped too because I know Dark Souls. I know what that is. Like, shut up, dude. I this is where they get greedy. This is where they get
Yes.
greedy. I'm telling,
Yeah.
and it's only gonna get worse. You're gonna see it with if Bloodborne remake comes out, which it's not, but if it does happen,
That game's never
you're gonna
happening.
They're gonna overcharge for it. There's
100%.
gonna be something stupid tied to it. There's gonna be a pre-order bonus. There was a pre-order bonus with Demon Souls. I don't know if anybody remembers that there
There
was pre-order
was?
exclusive content. Yes, there was pre-order exclusive content for the Demon Souls remake, which was so stupid. Like I can't even
I heard
tell you
people
the amount of
people
that
said
says
that
dumb
was
as
like
it
the
is.
easiest Souls game, right? Was the remake for Demon Souls?
Yes. Well, they're both pretty easy. I would actually argue that the remake is almost a little bit harder because they screwed up the movement. The movement is so much clunky. I could literally go on about this for ages. I don't like the remake that much. Not just because of visual style. A lot of people are like, "Oh, they messed with the visuals." It's in gameplay too.
Mhm.
Like the movement is slower. Like that is just a fact. You move slower, and that makes bosses like the flame lurker like stupidly difficult because you can't avoid his AoE explosions without iframing them separate from the actual fist, like the hitbox of the fist impact. I need to stop. I could go on about this for ages.
You're good,
Anyway,
man. But yeah,
you're gonna
Elder.
see FromSoft get greedy. Elden Ring was the beginning. It was the end, and now we're on FromSoft's decline. I'm telling you.
Yikes, unfortunately. But yeah, Elden Ring Tarnished Edition releases on Nintendo Switch 2 August 28th, with the Tarnished DLC pack probably releasing the same day on all other platforms. Next is actually something that I don't know if you knew about this, Sean. IO Interactive 2 days ago randomly shadow announced Hitman Classic Trilogy Remastered, releasing at some point in
I saw this.
2027 for PS5, Xbox Series, and Steam, coming from Saber, published by Saber and developed by IO. Here you can even see some restored visuals. It'll be restored visuals, a graphics toggle, a photo mode, and more. Obviously, IO is seeing a lot of success right now, coming from the release of 007 First Light, which we will be talking about that in just a second. But yeah, what are y'all's thoughts on this?
No absolution. I wonder why.
Raheem, what about you? What are your thoughts on the Hitman Trilogy Remastered?
I'm kind of indifferent on it. I mean, I like Hitman, don't get me wrong, but I mean, it's like you're just kind of remastering it for the sake of money. So
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's excited to see it though. Like I can appreciate it because you're bringing something back. And now there's official place to get these older titles now apart from emulating it,
okay, that
which is
is
always
true. Yeah.
yeah, which is always appreciated, and they're remastering it, so you have like whatever, yeah, better optimization, yeah, better textures, like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
good. And
Speaking of
nice.
IO Interactive, and speaking of 007 First Light, here I'll just put a trailer of it in the background. So recently, following the success of 007 First Light, Amazon MGM Studios has actually come out and said that they will be first-hand publishing any and all future 007 First Light sequels and spin-offs. Due to how big of a success First Light ended up being for IO Interactive, they definitely want to get a chunk of that change. This is both good and bad news. What do I mean by this? So this is good news in the sense that potentially for future sequels, IO has a bigger budget because Amazon wants to publish and fund this. What it also means for bad news, though, is that if there are any story beats or any business practices Amazon MGM wants to go about, they can have their way with it because they're like funding most of the project. Now, what this means is, for
It's a single
example,
player game. You're gonna have to be connected to the
oh no
internet
no
at
no
all
no,
times, and
what
the
I mean
second AWS goes down.
no, it's even
No.
worse. What I mean by this is, so for example, Amazon Game Studios is actually publishing the previously mentioned Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis. A big thing with that game that has recently been announced is that there are, in some uses, generative AI used in that game because Amazon Game Studios wanted Crystal Dynamics to do so. So what that means is there is a chance that if there is a 007 First Light spin-off or sequel, that Amazon Game Studios will force IO Interactive to use that. So
Epic.
That's not great.
it is a double-edged sword in the sense that, hey,
Mm.
this means more money, more funding, more sequels to be coming out for First Light. It's also the other side where it's Amazon. Bad business practices are a very good chance of happening.
Okay, but most studios are doing that now.
Unfortunately,
Even Sega's using generative AI for Crazy Taxi.
yes,
Now, they did mention how they're using it. It's just a tool to make like placeholders and whatnot that will end up being replaced in the
yeah,
final product. But generative AI is part of the process. and that's gonna be everywhere. That's an
I
inevitability.
mean,
Well, it
Claire
is.
Obscure Game of the Year did use it, and granted, it was nothing you could see, and it was something that they accidentally left in the game files that they meant
Yeah,
to remove.
placeholders like crazy town.
But yeah, they literally had AI placeholders, which like okay, fair enough.
But people are gonna hear that. They're gonna be like, they're using AI.
Well,
AI bad. AI bad. And then Twitter's gonna
There's
blow
a
up.
separate game awards, like indie game awards or something, that actually revoked their Game of the Year status because of that.
yeah, I will say though there is a very big difference of using AI for placeholders that eventually get replaced with properly made by artists assets, and there's a difference with using generative AI for development of your game and leaving that in the final product. I'm pretty sure I'll have to double check if I'm wrong. Like thankfully I'd be glad if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Legacy of Atlantis is using generative AI in the final game. There is a chance that if Amazon really wanted to, they will keep using generative AI in their game, in their published games. So hopefully that's not the case because IO is a very, very good team of developers, very hardworking team of developers, and First Light like shows that in bounds. Like it is such a great game. But yeah, hopefully the best case outcome comes out of this, and it's just hey, IO has more funding for First Light sequels because it is teased at the end of the game without spoiling it that there is going to be a sequel. But yeah, another thing I want to talk about, a big fighting game coming out that was supposed to be coming out in June, now coming out in July, is Avatar Legends: The Fighting Game, the fighting game for Avatar: The Last Airbender. This news came with the reveal of the upcoming character Avatar Kyoshi, who's going to be in the base roster. She looks great. The game still looks amazing. It is completely hand drawn, completely made by artists. I cannot wait for this, and even the gameplay looks really good.
I'm excited for this game.
It looks great. So yeah, it got announced to be delayed only by a couple of weeks to July because there are some stuff that the developers want to add and finalize before the final release. But to make up for this, they did confirm that if you pre-order the game on any platform, you will be a part of a closed beta that will take place, I believe, 2-3 weeks, like around the time when the original release date was supposed to come out.
Okay, so they have a streamer tax.
They have a what?
A
Streamer?
streamer tax. They let
Oh.
you play the game early if you pre-order it with like a special edition. It's a streamer tax.
Oh no, not
If you're
with a special
streamer,
edition. For
you have-
any
you have to do
any
that.
version of the game. If you and the base game is $30,
okay.
so you can basically like pre-order the game for $30 and get play it early for free, like as a part of the pre-order. Which honestly, I'm very
Okay.
excited for the game.
Still a little bit of a streamer tax, but okay,
But
not
it's better.
Call of Duty.
It's
a
better
collector's
than
edition.
nothing, and it's the best way to compensate for hey, the full game didn't come out at this original time, but there is still a way for you to be able to play it around the time of the original release that was supposed to happen. So I would say this is a best case outcome, and by all means, if they need to focus on finalizing a couple of things, the devs can absolutely do that. The game looks great so far. Next, one of the last few things I want to talk about. Actually, I have three more things I would like to talk about before we call this episode. We wrap up this episode. Arc System Works, the developers behind Guilty Gear Strive, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Marvel Telecom Fighting Souls, have come out and confirmed that they will be having developer panels at Anime Expo coming up in July. It is raising a bunch of questions, though, on will they be announcing a new game based off of an anime, and since it is Arc System Works, will this just be something that they're publishing from another developer, or will this be a brand new in-house fighting game based off of a popular anime? Will we be finally seeing that proper 2D Naruto game? Will we be finally seeing a One Piece Fighters that everybody really wants to see? Who knows? Only time will tell. What are y'all's thoughts on that, and what is something that you would want ArcSys to announce?
I don't actually know who they are, honestly.
They've developed Guilty Gear Strive, Dragon Ball FighterZ, the upcoming Marvel Telecom Fighting Souls. Those anime fighting games. That's them.
That's you.
Yeah, I personally, if they were to do another anime, I want it to be a One Piece Fighters, just because it'd be really cool to see a proper, like, in the same vein as Dragon Ball FighterZ, a proper One Piece fighting game. Although I also wouldn't mind another like a proper 2D Naruto game, like a proper 2D Naruto fighter.
Jump Force 2.
They peaked with Storm 4.
Or if sorry.
Never say those words again, Shaun. I heard you. Never say that again.
Jump Force 2, if it's exactly like Jump Force 2, absolutely not. If it's using a bunch of Shonen Jump characters in a crossover tag style versus fighting game like Dragon Ball FighterZ, honestly, I would be down for that. I would be down to see in the ArcSys cel shaded art style characters like Naruto and Luffy and Jotaro and all those characters. It'd be really cool. Speaking of Jotaro, and speaking of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure,
Jojo.
this past week, unfortunately, it hasn't been showing off at any showcase. Who knows? Maybe we'll see it tomorrow with the Nintendo Direct. But JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Eyes of Heaven got leaked to be getting a remaster in the same vein as All Star Battle in the form of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Eyes of Heaven R. This is going to be in the same vein as All Star Battle, theoretically speaking, where, you know, it's what's it called? It is hold on, let me find some gameplay. I'll just do this. It'll be in the same vein of like All-Star Battle R, where it's the original game, but ported on all modern platforms, escaping the PS3 jail, PS3 and PS4 jail. Maybe some enhanced textures, maybe some new characters, some new modes and features. But overall, just porting this game with updated visuals and frame rate and making it available on all platforms. It is considered the weaker of the two CyberConnect JoJo games, though, especially considering there is no local multiplayer in this game and it's only online. So who knows? Maybe they add local multiplayer in this remaster. But yeah, what are your thoughts, Shaun? I know you're a big JoJo's fan as well.
It looks cool. Hold on. The big thing a lot of people are going to be wondering is, well, is the online multiplayer actually going to be good? Because they screwed up All-Star Battle R's online
Delay
like
based.
so
It's
bad.
been at Namco. It's CyberConnect. They're never doing rollback, unfortunately.
Yeah, like that was like so bad. But hold on, I'm gonna check out the JoJo's All-Star. Or no, which one is this? Eyes of Heaven.
Yes, this is
Eyes of Heaven roster. Because the big thing that people are going to be wondering is, what is the roster going to look like? Are they going to be adding characters? Because if I remember
They did add
correctly,
to All-Star Battle. So the thing with All-Star Battle R is, because now this is a remaster that came out after Eyes of Heaven, it was the original All-Star Battle roster plus some characters who were in Eyes of Heaven that weren't in All-Star Battle, plus completely brand new characters through both DLC expansion and just the base roster. So if I had
yeah,
to
because
get,
like Foo Fighters.
yeah, Foo Fighters is a character that was not in there at launch. Hold on, my headphones disconnected. I don't know why it did that. Give me 1 second. Sorry if I interrupted you, Shaun. But yeah, so like Foo Fighters, for example, was a character that was not in. I believe it wasn't in either. I could be wrong. Let me see really quickly. Yeah, Foo Fighters was not in either Eyes of Heaven or All Star Battle R, or All Star Battle, but they put her in R. So if I had to guess, I would say Eyes of Heaven R's roster would probably be the original Eyes of Heaven plus all the DLC from Eyes of Heaven, plus any characters added in All Star Battle R, plus potentially new characters, because you know Eyes of Heaven and even All Star Battle released very early into Part 8's lifespan, so I bet they're probably gonna backport Toru and Wonder of You from All Star Battle R into Eyes of Heaven. Maybe some more characters. You don't want Toru? They put Toru in All Star Battle.
No, you can put the Wonder of You. Don't put Toru.
Oh, it's Wonder.
I know
You don't play as
I know
Toru.
that
You play as
Wonder
Wonder of
of
You. That's what I meant.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
Toru's just
no
in the
one wants
cutscenes.
to see Toru.
Yeah, Toru's just in the cutscenes, but he is fully modeled and voice acted, which is really cool.
So nobody wants to see Toru, dude. Actual
But
L
no,
tier villain.
this is a really deep cut. I want them. There was a character planned for the original release that even still has leftover voice lines that isn't in Eyes of Heaven, and that is there's already Part 4 Jotaro, there's already Part 3, but Part 6 Jotaro was planned to be a character. In
A separate character?
a separate character, because Part 4 is already a separate character in All Star Battle R and Eyes of Heaven.
What? Okay, the only thing I can imagine Part 4 would do is you give him the world, but otherwise.
Oh, he's already a character
Why
in
would-
Eyes of Heaven. He's already a character in All Star Battle R. I'm saying Part 6 Jotaro was planned.
Yeah,
for
I
Eyes of
know,
Heaven.
but what if Part 6 Jotaro doesn't have anything different? Unless he just doesn't have his memory. It's just a catatonic corpse, like, without a stand. Like.
Yeah. But yeah, so Eyes of Heaven R has been rated for all major platforms, including Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation, PC, all that good stuff. The last thing I want to talk about, it is a game that has been getting a bunch of leaks and updates this past, not updates, a bunch of leaks this past week revealed that for some reason was not at PlayStation Showcase, was not at Summer Games Fest Showcase, and was not at Xbox Showcase, and that is the upcoming Jet Set Radio 3, or whatever the title may be. Obviously, Sega had a big presence at a bunch of these showcases with stuff like Virtual Fighter Crossroads. They had a big presence with Crazy Taxi World Tour, Sonic Racing DLC, all that good stuff. But not Jet Set Radio, which is weird because there was a bunch of gameplay footage getting leaked within the past week for that game. Who knows? Do you think we'll see it tomorrow at the Nintendo Direct, or do you think this is kind of Nintendo Sega saying, "Hey, y'all leaked this early. You're not gonna get anything anytime soon."
Oh yeah, no, they're pissed. They're so mad.
100%.
Like, you leaked it. Nah, you're gonna wait. We're releasing it 2028. That's what you
I
guys
think they
get.
might,
You
I,
couldn't handle it, so now we're releasing it later.
I think they might be pissed, but at the same time, Sega and Nintendo historically have had good relations.
Yeah.
With things like Mario and Sonic Olympics and stuff. So it might just be that they're like, yeah, let's save it for the boys because they don't have any new ideas.
Yeah, and considering,
And
I will say it would also theoretically make sense considering Summer Games Fest onward. Every big showcase has had a big Sega reveal, with Summer Games Fest having Virtual Fighter Crossroads. Xbox had Crazy Taxi World Tour. Who knows? Maybe the Nintendo Direct is where we see another new Sega IP, whether it be the Jet Set Radio leaks, whether it be the other two games that were missing from that Game Awards trailer, those being not Double Dragon, sorry, Golden Axe and Streets of Rage. Or who knows, maybe something completely new, maybe like a new Sonic game. Considering it is the anniversary this year, it's not gonna happen, but just a guy can dream.
It's not happening. That would be if it was gonna happen. It was gonna be at the SGF, and it didn't happen. We instead got Crossworlds news in a freaking Plinko Park.
Yeah,
thing.
spin-off. Yeah.
When it should have been a new Sonic game, but whatever.
We'll see. I definitely think, considering how big these showcases have been, and considering how from the start, considering from State of Play onwards, each showcase has been building up, getting better and better. Considering there is a Treehouse Live, especially after, and the rumors of a new Wario and especially a new Ocarina of Time remake, there is a very good chance tomorrow could be the biggest show from this past week. But who knows? Only time will tell. The Nintendo Direct is going to be live tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I don't know if we're gonna be live watching it. Should we? What do y'all think? We all do.
we should just talk about it next week.
We will get no viewers. So
For people watching this on the YouTube VOD eventually, that you, but yeah. Other than that, that is all the news, discussions, and recaps we wanted to talk about this week.
Been 3 hours. Damn, there was so much stuff.
There was
this
so
week,
much
dude.
content.
There was so much stuff.
But hey, we are eating good at least. At least our plates are full. Our bellies are.
Yes, with like 7 new zombie games, I guess.
Oh, another Souls-like set in Asian mythology, my favorite.
But yeah. But anyways, that's all we got for y'all this week. Thank you so much for watching, whether you're watching it live on Twitch right now or on the YouTube VOD. Thank you for saving your state with us, and we will see you on the next one. Peace out, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.